that makes me happier than anything. I'm so glad because you're a lovely person. And honestly,
thank you.
You've got, and I can say this without any doubt, you've got like the best part of your life coming up. I mean, the life with your fiance was wonderful, but what you've got coming up, and you're still just a baby. I have shoes older than you.
Well, you're absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you. God, I don't see
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Oh, that's so nice of you. Even when I have a ring light in front of my head, I can't get this right. There we go. Well, you're just, I can see what you look like, and you're literally beautiful, physically beautiful, but you just have such a lovely soul. And, you know, if, when you arrived on the planet, the average of like kindness and goodwill went up about 5%. It's very unusual to meet somebody who doesn't have a mean bone in her body. I'm not saying you don't have a temper, but I'm saying you don't have a mean bone in your body.
No, we can't say that. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get me there. But when I get there, then you have really messed up.
Yeah, but you don't hold a grudge, too. You've got like a straw fire temper. You're like, but if you're so funny, we're never going to go to them. You want some coffee?
Yes. You are spot on that.
Thank you, baby. Takes one to know one. I just feel, I don't know, I just feel like we have a lot of confidence.
Yes.
But you have another big love coming up. So,
wow.
And
that's another thing I was going to ask you.
See? I'm so psychic. I already know, I know your questions.
Yeah,
you got a big love.
So I'm in a relationship right now. Is that? I feel like he's about to ask me to marry him. That's what I feel like.
If you're saying he asked me to marry him in that tone of voice, I don't think you're as into him as you might think you are. And I'm not being mean. I'm just like, if the right guy asks me to marry him.
I feel like he's going to ask me very soon.
He is. Do you want him to?
I do, but there are things that stand in our way. For sure.
Are you from rival royal houses, like in Romeo and Juliet? I think it's actually somebody after him. Sorry, this is driving me crazy. There.
Do you?
There you go. I think it's somebody after him. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. I could be totally wrong. I am just a random blonde. Thank you. But there's something that's not meshing for me with him. You were very, very vulnerable when you met him. Also,
yes, I was.
You will never lack for people. I can't count on the fingers of both hands how many people have asked you to marry them. It's just, you're the whole package, and people are like, on the first date, they're like, nice to meet you. What's your name? Get past the salt. Will you marry me?
Right. And you are very spot on about that, too.
Yeah. Again, it takes one to know one. I was engaged 5 times. I always give the rings back, though. Hold on.
Hey, me too. Not in a nice way. Oh my goodness. We do have so much in common.
Yeah, we do. It's really funny. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. There, I got it. Okay, so honestly, I don't think it's him. You've got kids, though, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yes, I have 2 kids.
3.
Well, one of them. Well, yes, one passed.
That's the worst thing I can possibly think of.
Yeah, it was rough. I had a miscarriage at like 5 months. It was rough, but
oh, sweetie.
Yeah, it was.
I'm with you on that one too. Yeah, I know what that feels like. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will never have.
So
you'll never have a time as bad as that again. You won't. I mean, I'm not God, so if I was God, I'd have a better purse. But you've got really good. I think that you're going to meet this person next year. Oh, shoot. I've got Lindsay in Nashua, New Hampshire. On the other line, my producer wants me to take it. Let me just tell you.
Okay,
so get in touch with me on Facebook, okay? We'll keep up the conversation a bit. I'll tell you a few more things. What I want you to know is 2025 and 2026 are your years, right? Yes.
Wow, I got chills.
See, that means I'm right.
Yes, I got chills all over my body.
I'm so happy to hear from you. So get in touch with me on Facebook. It's Perry Lyons. And I'm going to do the psychic weather, so stick around and listen to that. Oh, love you. Bye.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Hi, guys. So good. Oh, I love my regulars. They're so great. And you guys are so awesome. Before I get to, I know you're in Nashua, New Hampshire, and I didn't see your name, so I apologize. Hi, Lovey.
It's okay. It's Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay, I love that name. Hi.
Thank you.
Lindsay, do you mind doing something for me while I'm figuring out this ring light? Do you mind hanging out and doing some deep breathing and concentrating on your question while I quickly do the psychic tarot weather? Oh,
okay, absolutely.
Baby. You rock. Thank you. By the way, if you're watching this at home, my stand-up ring light broke, so I grabbed one off the floor, and I can't remember how to hold it. Okay, psychic weather, which is just like regular weather, except less damaging to crops. Ha 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 ha. It's for the next week. The week begins today. Space it out as you wish. And I never pick the cards beforehand, so that's the part that always scares me. I'm going to pick the cards right now. 1 second. Oh, fabulous. Okay, the first card. There's no way to make this card look good. When you get the Three of Swords, which is like, if I'm doing a reading for somebody, if I'm doing a reading for somebody and this card that's a heart with 3 swords comes up, I'm like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Not so good. But what I can tell you is something that seems like a heartbreak or disappointment today or in the next couple of days you are going to dodge such a bullet. I can't even tell you. I just tell you. But so if you have a rejection, or please know that, boy, are you lucky. Rejection is God's protection. Or if you're an atheist, random fluctuation in the space-time continuum's protection. Okay. Second or next card. Oh, I love this card. Sorry. And I just dropped it. I'm genius. Okay. A lot of people having babies this week. I have 3 different friends who are expecting either children, grandchildren, or just hanging out at the hospital hoping they get lucky. Kidding. So this is the Empress card. Also means that this week you might be around a birth, and you might be getting that way yourself. I'm not going to ask about your personal life. Or you might be around your mom. It's a very nice card. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted from this damn light. Help. Okay, there we go. So that's the middle of the week. You might go visit. Call your mom. She loves you. Okay. And then the third card, the King of Swords. Somebody who's in your life, he might be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, and he might be a little critical, but he really likes you. I mean, so he's either a really good friend, or he's a love interest, or he's somebody you're with. But if he's a little critical this week, it's just because, I don't know why. So it might be a guy who's a little critical towards you, but it's okay. And if, and you don't have to agree with him. Anyway, thank you. Lindsay, are you still there, my angel?
Yes.
Lindsay, oh, thank goodness. Hi. So tell me your birthday real quick. Hi.
12/12/81.
Oh my gosh. I've had 3 clients in the last 2 days with either 12/12
really?
or 12/13. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh,
that is cool.
So, yeah, we're so pro Sagittarius in this show. You have no idea. Okay, my love. And how may I help you?
I'm just calling for a general reading, I guess, just on what's going on. I have a lot going on. I have really bad ADHD, so I'm kind of all over the place all the time. So it's just hard to focus, on like what's most important because every tab's open,
Oh, who are you talking to? And
like
squirrel.
Half the time I don't even know who. Yeah, the animals, my plants.
I had this assistant a long time, but we'd be walking along the street in New York City, and we'd be trying to have a business conversation, and I couldn't finish a sentence because I love looking in shop windows, and she finally said, "Perry, no shiny things." no shiny things for 5 minutes. We gotta go. So
That's like me when I'm looking for rocks on the beach. Yeah.
Oh, I love that though. And you go into hyper focus too, right? You do that.
Oh, wicked bad. Yeah, we just went away to Falmouth, down the Cape, and I couldn't get my eyes off the beach. I couldn't.
I love Falmouth. Anyway.
It was beautiful.
And my family graveyard's in New Hampshire. It's from 1640. So love New Hampshire. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get this slide to work. Ask me a question and no. Sorry, go ahead. I'm going to give you an all.
I'm trying to. Give me like a general because I don't really know how to put my things into words. So I guess if you're best, tell me.
What's that old Steve Martin joke? Some people have a way with words, and some people not have way.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's fine. You're good at words. You're just, we're Yankees, baby. We're not supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I
don't know about you, but my feelings usually, I was talking to my therapist and he's like, what are you feeling? And I'm like, my feelings notify me 2 weeks after the fact by certified mail, right? So I think that's something, I think you are one smart cookie, but I think you and I share kind of emotional, like.
Yeah, I'm very easy with energy. I can pick up on people's energy real quick.
Yes, you can. That's because you're psychic. And if you ever feel
I've been reading a lot about it. Yeah, I've been the whole empathy thing I've been reading up on for about 4 years, and it was just like triggered back then. Like it was a random girl I was walking past, and she's crying in her car. I didn't know who she was, but like I felt her. Like I don't know if she lost a family member or what, but I was like debating whether like going back and forth, like, do I ask her if she wants a hug? But at the time, I was living in a city that wasn't too great. So I'm like, her emotions of like heartache was too strong. So I was like, I can't even feel her. I ask her if she wants a hug or is she going to stab me if I do. So it's like, better or not. But it bothered me for months that I didn't ask her. Just that she needed to ask me if she needed a hug.
Sometimes we don't even need to do that. Your energy, you've got a very healing energy. So I think just you being around her in that moment, you communicated. Yeah. So have you noticed when people, you're psychic, I mean, you're an empath too, but when people are like, I'm an empath, I'm like, you're an well, I'm not going to
Oh my God, it sucks. It sucks because you forgive and you forgive and you forgive and you forgive and you forgive, and like then you eventually realize that you're getting taken advantage of, and it sucks because it's the ones that say I love you.
Oh, yeah. Well, empaths do attract narcissists. Got news for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stay away from them. So let's get speaking of narcissists. I don't think you're in a relationship right now.
I am, but it's like so long that it's kind of like faded into roommate. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny you should say that, because I was saying to somebody the other day, I can't tell you if you're in a relationship or not, because if somebody's been in a relationship past a certain amount of time, it registers as the same kind of flat line as not being in a relationship registers. I can't believe you said that. That's so smart.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, one of you is going to have to sort of step up and try and, I think each of you are waiting for the other to kind of fix it or do something romantic. So it's like, after you, Alphonse. No, after you, Antoine. No, after you. So
right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like damage. So I think like again with like the past few years, just healing from like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, and I think that he's going through his own little thing.
Yes, he has. He had
yeah.
Is he in recovery? Do you mind me asking?
He is a recovering addict. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was going to. Because I was going to say. Yeah.
The majority of his life. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It either begins. Actually, I think it begins with an H, but it might begin with an O.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yay.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad he's in recovery.
Yeah, me too.
Al-Anon is really good if you're like with somebody who's an alcoholic or a recovering addict. Al-Anon is really good at helping explain their behaviors and helping you not hit them with a big sharp axe. Anyway, so back to you.
Yeah.
You should switch careers.
I would love, actually, that's kind of like, because I have so many ideas of things I want to do, and I think that, I mean, I always love helping people and listening to people, because I know that they're not heard a lot. And so, yeah, I mean, I've thought about, like, going into psychology or therapy, anything to just help.
I was going to say, you would be a terrific either forensic psychologist or child psychologist. You have a real gift with children.
Yeah, I do. I assisted a child, yeah.
Yeah, your family of origin, your teen years sucked so bad, I don't even want to think about it. But
yeah, they did fuck me up.
Oh, my God. But you've come through like a champ, dude. Because you're Yankee. We're tough.
Oh, I definitely made it through front and back and forth, yes, for sure. There's not too much that surprises me anymore.
No. I think I can actually see you doing this. Sometimes there are a lot of scholarships and stuff available that we don't even know about. There's a Pell Grant, which will pay for so stuff like that. If you wanted to go back to school and become a forensic psychologist, I could see you like on a TV show about serial killers 5 years from now. No, talking about
seriously?
Just to be clear.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good. Believe me, those are some of the things that I've thought of, just because if I can pick up on it a little bit better than others, then maybe it will be a big help, And I just keep working at myself and working at
my abilities. I think you're much smarter than you know, is what I've... Yeah. And I'm good at picking...
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You really, I'm not kidding here. You're much smarter than you know. And I think in your family, you're kind of told to like stay small and don't outshine us,
Yeah. Yeah. My brother had seizures every day, so it was like, it was always something like with him growing up. He got, the vacations and stuff along,
It's your time to have attention. So I would really think about, if not that, I've got 90 seconds, so I'm going to talk really fast, but I'm a New Yorker, so that's good. The other thing, you'd be really good at something like cosmetology, if you wanted to learn how to do that and like open a salon or a shop or spa or something.
I could see it.
That would,
I had so many different ideas.
Yeah. Pick one.
Limitless.
Well, here's the thing. A very famous genius artist said to me when I was much younger, when I was like, well, what should I do? I'm a singer, an actor, I'm a psychic. I like pudding. He's like, pick one thing. I'm like, but what if I pick one thing and it's the wrong thing? He said, if you pick one window and stay at it, just stay at that window. And he meant pick one thing. He said, the world will come to you. You'll see the world.
Yeah, just focus on one.
Yeah, if everything you're supposed to do will come to you. He said, if you stay in the same window for 10 years, the world can find you. If you run from window to window, nobody knows where the hell you are. So
right. I got you.
Where is she? Where's Lindsay? We want to give some good stuff. And you're multi-talented, so I get that. But your creativity, you can create. Oh, anyway, gotta go.
Thank you.
See you next week, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Ravengale Tarot with LJ Ravengale. Live from Ravengale.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Ravengale Tarot on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome, I'm LJ, and this is Ravengale Tarot on A1R Psychic Radio. To reach me directly, go to ravengale.com. That's RAVENGAYLE.com. We are taking live calls, and normally as the calls queue up, I do a 3-card spread. And I do have a beautiful deck for us tonight to share. But as I was getting ready, I received a message for someone with the initial K. And she says, "You'll know me by all the flowers. I made it okay, and I'm settling in. Please stop worrying about me." So, message delivered. And tonight's 3-card spread is from the Animal Spirits Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reed. In the past position, we have the Rhino. We are reminded that there is always more than one way to proceed. We, like the Rhino, can charge forward, causing chaos and destruction, or we can choose to go around the obstacle, or better yet, not to engage it at all. Consider all options. There's more than one way through this. In the present position, we have the Dove. Dove encourages us to go the way of peace, peace within and peace without. Be the source of peace for those around you lost in the sea of chaos. And in the future position, we have the Deer. Hold on to your calm and grace. Things about you are about to get a little spicy. What is needed here is tact and diplomacy. And so that is the Animal Spirits Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reed. I just love this artwork. See, and I don't see a caller just yet, so I'll go ahead and pull a quick card. Take a look at what the message for tonight is. And the deck that I normally use is the Witch's Tarot. It's a nice blend of the Kabbalah and some other symbolism along with some great colors. And I see we have a caller. We have Alta in Orlando, Florida. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How can I help you tonight?
I would like to get a general future read, if I could.
Okay. Future reading on business, life?
Personal life? Yes, personal life would be good.
Personal life. General reading for Alta.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do a 3-card spread just to get us started with this personal reading for Alta. And let's see here. In the past position, I have the Universe. In the present position, I have the Hung Man reversed. And in the future position, I have the 5 of Wands. So let's take a look here. I'm putting down a couple more cards. Trying to get a little bit more information going here.
Okay.
So I would say in the past with the Universe, you were pretty much moving in the flow of things. Everything is, you had everything pretty well moving together, working together nicely with your mental, your physical, emotional, spiritual self. And then in the present here, you're coming with the Hung Man reversed. You've been taking a bit of a break, and it's time for you to get back in the groove of things. So looking here in the future position, I've got the 5 of Wands, and 5s have to deal with habits and patterns. And wands have to do with the way that you think and the way you create. And I'm going to go ahead and hold the card up. I know we're on the radio right now, but later when they publish the televised, you can see the card, and you can see that there's a man on a high point holding a wand, essentially facing off with a bunch of people with wands in front of him. And so essentially, we have you defending your ideas. It looks like you've got some new things that you're wanting to do, but you're doing things the old way of doing them, and that's just not going to work for you. So you're going to need to get a little creative. And folks folks just aren't gonna let you step away from the old ways of doing things very easily. So stick by your guns on this one, because it's this new approach is really going to work for you really well. Do you have children or grandchildren? 2 daughters?
Yes.
Or two girls?
I have 3 boys and a grandson now.
And a
grandson and a granddaughter, I'm sorry.
Grandson and a granddaughter. Okay, so what I have here is I have the Princess of Wands, and then I have the Princess of Swords reversed, along with the Six of Swords reversed. And so essentially here, what I see is you're going to be making some pretty tough decisions. So things in the near future aren't exactly all rosy. But you're going to have the means to do this. You just need to remember to do this a new way. And I say this because you've got the Horned One, and then you've got the Emperor reversed. And the Horned One is about doing things for pleasure, and is about doing things in a naturally evolving way. And the Emperor tends to have a very dogmatic approach. He likes the rules. But in this case, you've got the Emperor reversed to you, so I'm going to encourage you to break the rules. And really stick to your guns. I really believe that this is going to go well for you. Let me put a couple more cards down. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of distractions though. So I see here with the Five of Swords reversed, and you've got the King of Wands reversed along with the Prince of Pentacles, and then you've got the Five of Cups reversed. So fives are all about your habits and patterns. So your biggest challenge is going to be finding a new way to do things, to think outside the box. If for instance, if you were baking a cake, I would tell you to not only try a new recipe, but make one of your own. It's that kind of energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. Is there something else I can look at for you here?
Can you tell me anything more about my grandson at all?
Your grandson? Okay. What's his name?
Yeah. Elias.
Elias, okay.
Yes.
Elias. Okay, Brendan. What's going on with Elias? Let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. So in the past position, I've got the Three of Swords reversed. Swords tend to deal with action. Some people like to see them as problems, but I don't really like to see them that way. But I would say that with the imagery, and I'm going to hold the card up again, you've got a young lady walking down this pathway bordered by 3 swords, 2 beside her and 1 above her. And in essence, I think he's been trying to find his way. And that's a fairly lonely road to be on, so I can see why you're wanting to know a little bit more about him. In the present, I've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Six of Wands. And this Queen of Pentacles is a mature woman, has dark hair.
Yes.
The Six of Wands is your sixes are decisions. Once again, it's all in your mind rather than in action. And you're going to be moving through that decision-making phase fairly quickly. I do see him coming through with the Ten of Swords reversed. And I'm sorry for sounding a little distracted. I'm putting down a couple more cards. With the Ten of Swords reversed here in the future position, these things that you've been fighting for, these decisions that you've been trying to make with the Six of Wands, you're going to make those decisions and be able to take action and move forward. Once again, though, you're going to be feeling very alone on this path, because what is ahead on, or what is supporting this, is the Ace of Wands reversed with the Four of Wands reversed, finished up with the Eight of Swords. So you've got some delays with the Ace of Wands reversed, but with the Four of Wands reversed, that has you trying to make a choice and pick a path. And you're going to be doing that fairly, I'd say, probably within. I'll put up a timing card here. Actually, fairly soon. I'd say within the week you'll be able to make some decisions, and you're going to be working hard to keep the balance and moving forward. But you will be able to move forward, and that's with the Eight of Swords. And we only have a couple minutes left here. Did you have another question or a clarifier that I can do for you?
No, you were on the money with everything. I really appreciate your help. This has been a wonderful time talking with you. Thank you for my read. It was beautiful and exactly what I wanted to hear.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad I was able to be of help to you and your family tonight. And thank you for calling in. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. And you have a great evening.
Oh, thank you. I surely will. Be blessed. And
you too.
So
thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Good night. So our time together is coming to an end. Thank you for tuning in. For your personal reading, find me at ravengale.com. That's at RAVENGAYLE.com. Or message me direct on Facebook at Ravengale Tarot. Until we talk again, may you and yours have the very best of happiness. With thanks, blessed be.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Here we are. It's the end of May. Oh, my goodness, 5 months gone already. And we're getting ready for the next big, juicy part of the year. I really love the time between, April, May, June, July, August, September. It feels like it's a really a time where we really knuckle down and live life. We start to achieve, or we start to plan, or we start to really focus on the things that we want to offer or contribute in life in a deeper way. Well, in my neck of the woods anyway, I'm down in the southern hemisphere, so we're going into winter here. So, that sense of coming in and containing yourself and getting on with things is very, very strong. So here we are. I'm just wanting to pull a card for the month of June, like a general thought for June for all of us. There's so much this year. May was a very, very, very difficult month energetically. For anyone who is into energy, you would have felt it. I was quite shattered for a couple of weeks with the Schumann resonance, which is the pulse of the Earth. We're in the photon belt at the moment, so heaps of high light frequency coming in, and then all the solar activity. It's very, very intense for all of us, and I feel like I'm just coming out of the other end of it. I'm pulling myself back together. So I'm just going to pull a card quickly, and then I've got a caller. Just let me see who we've got here. In a moment, I know who I've got. I just need to pull a card for everyone for June. Just a general little theme, a soul thought or a soul inquiry or a soul reflection for us all. It's very, very good to do those little soul inquiries every day. Here we go. Oh, new growth. New growth. Ooh la la. What was I just saying about, we're getting ready for new things? New growth. So this is a really beautiful time in the next, for June, to start planting your seeds, to start looking at where you want to be in 6 months from now. So really beautiful energy to contemplate on, and what areas of your life can you put energy towards for new growth? What areas of your life can you look at expanding more into or out from? So have a play with that and think how that aligns with you. So I have a caller here, Carrie from Tampa. Hi, Carrie. How can I help, support, be of service, guidance? What do you need?
Yes, hi. I've been waiting for a settlement, and I'm wondering when you see that coming through, the money.
Oh, okay. So it's all ready to go, is it? It's just waiting for the clearance. Is that correct?
Pretty close, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So have you got
getting there?
Have you got something that you need the funds for, like right now?
I'm okay, but I want to move on with my life.
Yeah. Sure. You want completion. Okay, just let me see what's here.
Yeah, I love your voice.
Okay, the first thing, goosebumps. The first thing coming to me is it feels, whatever the hold up is, or whatever the stalling is, or whatever the process is that's going on, it feels around about, I keep getting June the 3rd, June the 4th, the energy is going to shift quite fast and things will start coming at us quite quickly. So you might find after those dates, it'll be quite a lot faster. It feels like it's been, it's been dragged out, not dragged out, but everything's slow around it. So I think the feeling I get is the energy around about June the 3rd, June the 4th is going to like flip something and everything's going to speed up. So it might be in the next couple of weeks that that you get notification that it's ready to go. but definitely it will start moving faster around then. So just let me see what the message is here from the universe, the lineage of healers, and the lineage of mystics. What message have you got for Carrie around her settlement? Here we go. First one coming out is... All right, you're ready to step through. This is, even though this says Ascended Masters, if you look at the image, there's like a portal on it. Big portal. Where did I get it right? There we go. There's a big portal. And there's a lot of really cool stuff on the other side of it. So at the moment, you're being asked to sit in your wisdom. You're being asked to look at how you're going to utilise those fundings that are coming, where you're going to put them towards, if it's for your own self growth or security, whatever. Look at really good ways of doing it. And the reason this is coming up, like you're ready to step through into it, is because there's going to be some more very interesting money wobbles between now and the end of the year. So before the money comes to you, I feel this little pause moment for you is right now is to start looking at where you're going to put it, how you're going to maybe invest some, how you're going to utilise it, and really get... Sorry?
I think, yeah, I've been doing that.
Good. That's what the first thing is there. It's just, as soon as you're really comfortable with it, it's like then the universe will go, here you go. Let's see what the next message is around this for Carrie. Okay, so this one actually flipped over and flipped out. This one here is about open heart. So keeping your heart open. It's not just about keeping your heart open. I feel it's a courageous heart. So it's making some very strong decisions, and the words that are really around a courageous heart are, this is about me, my life, my future. It's about me standing on my own 2 feet. So looking at that, and I feel very strongly it might be a good idea to get some type of advice, like good advice from someone who's very good with money or investment or stuff. Get some really good advice around where you can spread it out a little bit. So it feels like, what do I want to say? It feels like, whatever you're going to do with your settlement, it feels like it's got to come from different sources. So what do they call that? Multi-stream income. So, things coming from different areas. It just feels more, it feels safer. For some reason, I'm getting it's safer for you to know that not everything's in one place. So if you might have to take a risk, take it. Take the risk. Okay. Find someone who knows what they're talking about and who is, very, and what I'm getting is find someone who's very excited about what money can do and to give you advice or support, because they are going to do the best, because it's like that's their playground. They're really good at it. That's what I'm feeling very strongly. And the last one here for you is the connection one. It's, I keep dropping them. This is meditation. So this is keeping yourself calm. And right now, everything that's going on, breathing and meditation, even sitting down and journaling, or just sitting down and closing your eyes. And look, a really beautiful exercise to do is, it's very simple, it's all about simplicity, is you close your eyes and you breathe in, like you breathe in life or you breathe in light, and then you exhale restriction. Breathe in light or life, exhale distortion. Breathe in light or life, exhale confusion. And doing something like that where you're constantly breathing in light or life or expansiveness if you want, but every time you exhale, you're exhaling one of those niggling things, the fear, the restriction, the suppression, the oppression, the anger, the limitations. Just consciously exhaling. You don't have to name each my limitation around, having money. You don't have to name it, just limitations. And doing that for a few minutes settles your nervous system, and it's going to keep you calm. And when we're in a calm state, this is where the magic happens. We become receptive. One of the biggest things affecting all of us at the moment is our nervous systems are so tight and so rigid because of everything that's going on, the fear and the fight.
Yeah, that's me. You got me. You got me.
Yeah. So when we're like that, when our nervous system is really tight, we can't receive. We can't receive. So finding calm and finding ways to settle your nervous system, whether it's breathing, whether it's meditation.
Well, you know what helps me? A hot bath.
A bath. That's what my go-to is baths, and even go for a walk around the block. You know, just go for a walk. That what we're doing, you're getting rid of that pent-up energy, and you're allowing your nervous system to relax. And our nervous system responds very, very quickly to nature. That's why people who go into nature feel so relaxed. So for you to receive this settlement in a beautiful way that's divinely orchestrated, you need to have a relaxed system. So I would suggest over the next week, you really focus on relaxing your nervous system for it to be able to receive easily. Because when you're in that relaxed state, everything starts to flow. But when we're like this, everything gets stuck. It's like, it's like a blocked pipe. Things aren't going to flow if there's no flexibility, no movement. So we've got to open ourselves, breathe, be calm, relax our nervous system, and then things start to flow. So that's your message for today. I hope that's helpful for you, Carrie.
Thank you so much.
Go away and breathe and relax.
Yeah, you nailed it. I have been a ball of nerves, but yes, I'm going to start doing more nature stuff. I was going to go to the beach tomorrow, so it's definitely on my mind.
Great. Well, just do even that little exercise for a couple of minutes. Breathe in the light, breathe out, the worry. Breathe in light, breathe out concern, breathe in the light, breathe out whatever it is. Just try that, okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Okay, Les, thank you so much. Thank you. So here we are. So it's a very important thing for us all to understand and remember right now. When I do my communing with consciousness or whatever it is I commune with in meditation, I got shown a while ago that most of humanity's nervous system is quite atrophied. So over the last few thousand years, with the history of what humanity has been through, our nervous systems become so finely tuned to survival, complete survival, keeping us alive. And so as an electrical system in our body and a system that can switch things on and off, it's stopped or it's been atrophied because it's so intent on keeping us alive. So our nervous system has so many beautiful, magical things that it can do, but we've forgotten because it's very tight. So the more we can relax our nervous system, the more we can focus on nurturing ourselves, the easier it is for our nervous system to relax, which is good for everything in us. Our whole body then can open up and be softer and receptive. So take a look at that. So for anyone who's been watching me, thank you. Please come and visit me on my website, rayleneburn.com. There's lots of really fun things there to look at and play with. And I'll be here next week. Love to hear you. Love to see if you've got any issues. Drop me a line if you like. Take care. And let's really set the intention for a powerful, expansive June for everyone with lots of peace emanating from our hearts for the rest of the world.
America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 21st episode of Sessions with Spirit. I am going to be your host this evening. My name is Jean Rose. I also go by the infamous JJ. And yes, I know that has a negative connotation to it. I get that. There's a reason why they call me that, okay? And it's not necessarily negative. I'll just say that, okay? It's like that TikTok trend. Add a little bit of spice. Yes, that is what I bring to a reading. I'm just saying, okay? So tonight, we're going to be doing a couple of live callers as well as some reading requests from my beautiful followers, specifically my fabulous Stiggies. So a shout out to them, yes. If you are interested in becoming a Stiggy, you most definitely can. Guys, it is all about readings. Yes. And maybe a little makeup, but mostly readings. And you can follow me on TikTok. That is at Mrs._Stiggy, STIGGI. Or you can find me at Tarot by Jean Rose. So you can find me at either of those places on TikTok. Of course, you can also follow me on Instagram and the fantastic Facebook, right? Sometimes old school is just the way to go. I'm just saying. But on Facebook, I am Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. So definitely take a look at me over there. You'll also find some reviews from clients as well as people that I've just read over my career. So yes, definitely check those fabulous things out. I think we're going to kick off tonight with a reading from one of my followers. That is going to be specifically one of my Stiggies. And that is going to be for our girl Z. Yes, and she is out in Cali. So, love, yes, you are up first. Funny thing about Z is that she just graduated from college. So we are extremely, extremely proud of her. Speaking of graduations, and I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to embarrass her, but my sister-in-law might be graduating this weekend, and I'm super excited because, yeah, I'm just really proud of her. Really, really proud of her. As most of you guys know, Ali and I have been together for 10 years. So it's really crazy to see her youngest sibling be graduating. Like, oh my gosh, it is such a delight for me. It really is. Goddess knows I was blessed with the best in-laws. I really have been. That's definitely sort of a reward, I guess, you get in waiting for things. And guys, that's exactly, and this kind of goes full circle, okay? Sometimes in life we go through things and we don't understand why or what the purpose is. But ultimately what they do is they teach us sometimes a lesson, sometimes, it could be whatever. But I can tell you from experience, 9 times out of 10, there is a blessing on the other side that is bigger and better. Okay. So yes, I'm just saying, okay, if you're going through that trial, that challenge, just know that what's waiting for you on the other side is something bigger and better. So back to, of course, our beautiful Z. Her first card is the 5 of Swords. So love, oh my gosh, in a general manner, you're going to want to set more boundaries, especially with you picking up more classes. Yes, guys, she is going back to school. Yes, that is the queen that she is. Oh my gosh, she just graduated. Now we're going back. So 5 of Swords, that card is going to be all about boundaries. It is quite fantastic. The second card is the Sun. That card is going to be, I like to refer to it as a power card. It definitely would make sense, especially with you just having graduated, but also with these new opportunities that are presenting themselves as well. That card is also about financial abundance. So definitely, especially if you have financial aid coming in or anything like that, that we talk about that like kind of gain in that sense. It's not to say that, snap of the fingers, you're a millionaire. That's not it. But definitely that financial like relief, okay? Also refers to happiness, contentment, joy, satisfaction, as well as peace. Your final card was the Four of Pentacles, however, it fell reversed, which is going to refer to you letting go of those things that you are holding on to, especially those things that are holding you back. So just be aware to kind of purge those emotions, those worries, those fears, whatever they may be, moving forward, and you'll be fine. We're so proud of you. Love you, Z. So let's take our first caller. We have Brooke on the line. Hey, Brooke, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're so welcome. It is such a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, too.
Yeah. What would you like read on tonight?
My areas of my life, like I'm looking right now, everything up, and I'm really trying to get a house for my daughters and myself, and so I'm just kind of wondering what path to go, or what what the future holds, or what I should look out for, or.
Absolutely. Oh, that is so awesome. Brooke, let me pull some cards and we'll see what is ahead.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. The very first card was the Devil card. Now, wait, it fell reversed. It's going to refer to you releasing your fears instead of holding on to them. So it's not anything to worry about. I know when that card drops, people kind of clutch their pearls and they're like, and have that reaction, but it's nothing to worry about. All it refers to when it's upright is fears. That's it. Being controlled by your fears. It can also refer to like addiction, abuse, like things like that. But I definitely sense in this, especially since your next two cards are from the Pentacle suit, Pentacles refer to money, is that fear of financial struggle. Like, am I ever going to be able to land a house? Or am I ever going to be able to get a job that actually pays the bills, where I'm not going from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck? It's always this like one paycheck away from disaster. And you're tired of living like that. You're tired of it. The first card after the Devil reversed was the King of Pentacles. That card is going to refer to a success, specifically in regards to money. Then the card that fell after was the Nine of Pentacles. That card is going to refer to the start of long-term financial stability. So I feel as though this definitely, especially with these two cards combined, the King and the Nine, that is hands down going to refer to some sort of you landing a job. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that the move is going to come into the mix too fast. And what I mean by that is perhaps not within the next 6 months. That's not to say it's not going to happen. It's just there were no moving cards. And I think you're mentally prepared. I don't think you can even, that financially you couldn't handle it within 6 months.
Right.
So I don't even think that's like a disappointment. It's just like, okay, like in a year or two, tell me we're going to be in a house. The answer is yes, you are. You are. You know the hard work that you have ahead of you, and you know what you got to do. I think it's just a matter of paying down debt, getting a good paying job that is actually going to be there for you instead, because you show up for the job just doesn't show up for you. That's always been your experience with jobs, and that's your frustration. That's a bit, and that's what's letting you down, and that's what's keeping you in that rut, because you're like, why should I even try? Brooke, you should try because you deserve it. That's why. Because that better paying job is out there, and you're going to get it. And then once you get it, you're going to see, and you're going to show your daughter, oh, look what mommy did. That's going to be the best role model for her ever to have. That her mom bought a house? Are you kidding? Talk about a queen move. I mean, I'm just saying. That's like the definition of like slay, mom, slay, I'm just saying, like it just is. So it just, I feel as though career, that's going to come first, and you know that. Once that falls into place, the rest is golden. It's golden. Even after you got to position yourself up for success. Your fourth card was the Nine of Wands. Well, once they correspond to the element of fire. So that is going to signify resiliency, the ability to bounce back, strength, even courage, bravery, power. These are all energies that you want to teach your daughter. These are all traits that she needs to know a woman has to have. That to me, I mean, that's beautiful. That is beautiful because not only are you getting that house and getting that job, but look at the legacy that you're leaving for her.
What I wanted to do.
You know? The final card that I'm going to leave you with is the Lovers. And that one is going to refer to you working on the relationship that you have with you. Just be a little bit more confident. Believe in yourself a little bit more, Brooke. Don't question yourself, you know? Don't take a step and then jerk your foot back and be like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know, don't worry about that. All will fall into place as it's meant to. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Brooke, you take care. This was a true joy. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Shannon, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Shannon. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, thank you. What would you like a reading on tonight?
You have any messages from my fiance?
Love, is he connected to motorcycles in some way?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he ride himself?
Yeah.
Okay. Reason why I asked, he immediately pulls up on a bike. Like, first things first. Got that. Like, that is one thing that he loved was riding. What's with the helmet? What's with it? That was his, like, how he got peace. How do I explain it? And it's not so much like having the wind in his hair, but like that's kind of like the feeling, that freedom, that sort of like, and I don't know if this is a good example, so forgive me, Shannon, but like, you know how like Forrest Gump explained when he was running? And he's like, nothing mattered. Nothing was in my mind. Nothing was bothering me. Like nothing. He just focused on, that was riding. Like riding was everything. Riding was life.
Motorcycle riding and dirt biking.
Yeah. Did he race?
Yeah.
Okay. That explains it. Because he pumps the gas. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. Like, we can't do this in, the office. Thank you. And then for some reason, and this is going to sound so odd, but it's not my job to sift through messages. Pot roast. I know it's so off the wall. Pot roast or like a roast beef.
I have no clue.
What about roast beef? Can you do me a favor? Just think of, just keep it in the back of your mind. It might not make sense now, which is totally fine. Put it to the side. Just remember I said it. That's it. More pot roast. Like
I know I made it like for him before.
Like meat and potatoes?
I'm sure. Yep. He was a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Okay. So that being his favorite. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I'm like, roast beef, like what the hell? He's like, no. And then he just showed me meat and potatoes. So I was like, oh, like kind of like sticks to your like gums cut. You know, like how they say that? What is that saying? Stick to your gums or some crap like that, like something like that. But that really hearty comfort food, he brings that up. He misses your cooking.
Surprise.
Was there a running joke about your cooking?
No, his mother's.
Okay. I was going to say, where's the joke come into play? Like, that makes
She boiled a turkey for Thanksgiving one year.
Oh, gosh. Did she really? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know how to come back from that. I don't.
Does he have a specific message for? Does he have a specific message for me or his son?
In regards to his son, what's with like graduation? What's the connection to that?
Not sure. He's only in 4th grade.
Okay, so he would be already past first graduation. Little things like that, little milestones. But are they having a graduation for the next grade, like a little ceremony?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I feel like there's going to be some sort of like party or something where they celebrate them going into the next grade. He says he'll be there for that. And then for some reason, I feel like the son is obsessed with dinosaurs. Like that's one of his favorite things. So he brings that up just as a confirmation that he's with his son.
Can you tell me, I don't care how you have to say it, there was kind of confusion about the way he passed.
Did somebody blame him?
Did somebody what?
Blame him?
No.
Then what's with the, I don't want to say the what's with the finger pointing? Does that make sense? Or is that the different stories? Like everyone has a different story and they're all pointing at each other, not knowing, I don't want to say what to believe, but what direction to go in.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Is it more than just you? Because I feel like this is conflict. This might be his family.
Yeah, me and his family do not get along.
That would make sense. Okay. Do you not see the son?
No, he's lived with his grandmother, his mother, temporarily.
Okay.
And trying to work with getting him back.
Okay. I feel like that'll like happen, and I think you know what this means. It might be a long road.
Yeah.
Just be careful because she might try to make it worse.
Oh, I know. She's evil.
Okay. Yeah. And very conniving.
Yep.
So be careful, especially in terms of progress. He says be careful she just doesn't try to thwart it. Does that make sense?
She doesn't what?
Try to thwart it, like throw a wrench in it. Make you come out of your face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like get you to act out of character. That's what she wants.
Yep.
So just be careful of that. I know that's not always the easiest thing, but there's definitely one thing that you want to take in stride, especially in moving forward.
Okay.
Okay, Shannon? You okay?
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad. I hope this reading was able to bring you some peace, especially in terms of messages that he has. Do you still wear your ring?
No.
Where's it though?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Why do I feel like it was around your neck at one point? Or on a necklace? Or did you talk about wearing it on a necklace?
No.
Then where does the necklace come into play?
I'm not sure.
Maybe give that some thought. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, love.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Shannon. You take care and you have a beautiful night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so guys, now that we did our callers, let's go back to reading for our beautiful stickies. Right? Yes, that was so beautiful. I'm so glad I was able to give both Brooke and Shannon a wonderful reading. Oh my God. It's so funny because I never know when the callers come in if they're going to be wanting tarot or mediumship. So it's always fun to be able to do that on the spot like that. So for our next Stiggy, I am going to be reading for Kelly P. Yes, love. And this is going to be your general reading. So your first card is the Ace of Pentacles. So that's going to refer to unexpected money. I was really happy to see that card. Obviously, I mean, it's an ace, right? Everybody wants an ace in their reading. But usually because aces refer to unexpected happenings. So in this case, unexpected money. Sometimes it's unexpected blessings, success, even opportunities. They all play a part with the beautiful aces. The second card is the Five of Cups. Be careful to not spend it like that. The reason why I say that is because you don't want to regret it later. And then, of course, the Emperor. The Emperor is going to refer to a hardcore success. Let's go ahead and pull a clarification card for that Five of Cups. Yes, be careful, especially in terms of spending it, trying to just sort of like, especially impressing the opposite sex. Be careful with that. Reason why I say that, Casanova, so the King of Cups, was that extra card. Yep. So a male that is very good with their words. Be very careful with that. All right, love. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to read for you. Up next, let's do Tony, and she, of course, is in Arizona. Hey, Tony, how are you, baby? So, love. And guys, we actually received a beautiful package from Tony today. So yeah, it was very, very, very special for sure. First card, my love, is going to be the Death card. Yes, I love this card. Oh my gosh. It's going to refer to endings followed by beautiful new beginnings. That rebirth, that renewal, okay? Then it was followed by the Sun. The Sun is going to refer to being a power card. It's all about that success, that abundance, also that contentment, that joy, that harmony, peace even. And then that final card, that Knight of Cups. I feel like that is going to be that ushering in of happiness. But let's go ahead and pull an extra card. That one is the Four of Swords. After a while, I think you're going to be able to have and take a rest, which is so important. I pulled one more card, and what was it? But the Queen of Wands. Yes, my love. So the Queen of Wands. And that's going to just refer to being a warrior. Every brick that is thrown her way, what does she do? She turns around and she uses it to build her foundation. So remembering that, especially in moving forward. I think we have time for one more, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, let's go for Val. And she is out of Michigan. So let's do a general read for her. First card is the Ten of Swords, and it fell reverse, love. So that's going to refer to a lack of a disappointment, no betrayal, no fear or worry that you have to have. The second card is the Six of Wands. That's going to be a success card. I was really happy to see this card. It's obvious to me that whatever business ventures you are involved right now, they are going to prove to be successful. Who knows, they may even lead to more business or new business opportunities. Just be careful to let go of that doubt and fear. Keep those walls down. I know it's hard to, but sometimes even and especially when we have gone through trauma or issues involving trust, sometimes that's when we need to step out on that cliff and just take that sort of look and just be like, you know what, let's take that leap of faith. Sometimes you just need to do it. I know it's difficult, but in the end, I promise it will be worth it. I did go ahead and pull an extra card for you. It was the beautiful Death card. Again, endings followed by beautiful new beginnings. Rebirth and renewal are other themes associated with that card. Card's rather fantastic. You know, I know the death card can be a little scary, especially when you hear it. People kind of get all in their feels and they're like, I want to make something extremely clear. If you have a reader and they are willing to do prediction of death, they are not a reader. Point blank, no. I said it, okay? Prediction of death is a black reading. Any reader who is worth their weight in gold will not perform black readings. Okay? So when the death card drops in a reading, just know it does not refer to a physical passing. No. Endings followed by beautiful new beginnings. That's what you need to remember. When I look for a new deck, I actually look at the death card. And if I can associate with that card, if I resonate with that card, with the imagery, if I like it, if I'm feeling it, if I love it, if I am, then I know I can work with this deck. If not, then it's null void. So don't be afraid of the cards that you don't know or misunderstand. You know, sometimes, and just, it can be something as simple as asking a reader. That's why I try to over-explain the cards or explain them in a simplistic way. You know, number one, of course, my wish would be for everyone to enjoy tarot the way that I do. But also, I want everyone to know what the cards are saying so they understand their reading and they get the best and most from it. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for joining me this evening. This was an absolute blast doing the 21st episode. I am really proud of myself for how far I've come with this. And I definitely look forward to the future, especially with Dave and Constance. They're wonderful. So guys, if you like my style of reading, definitely reach out to me so we can book your session together. You can find me at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose on Facebook or Tarot by Jean Rose at Instagram or even TikTok. I'll see you guys next week. Of course, this was an absolute blast. Thank you again. Sending love to you all. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Good night.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm happy to be here tonight. I have a bit of a cold today. Woke up with that today. So if I sound a little odd, that's why. Because hopefully I'll get through this next 15 minutes without sneezing and coughing. But anyway, it's always great to be here. And I hope everybody's had a great day so far and is looking forward to the month of June. So what's going on astrology-wise? We have Chiron yesterday is in conjunction with Mars, and that is actually what we call the wounded healer. So maybe in the last couple of days, yesterday, today, maybe even tomorrow, you may feel a little bit of some of those deep emotions coming out, some of those dark things coming to the surface. You might be feeling not so good, or you may be like me and actually have a cold. Because the cold is another way that spirit kind of allows our body to cleanse and heal. So this is what we're meant to do for the next few days, is just allow those things to come to the surface and then release them and heal, because this is what we have to do. This is what they want us to do to get through the month of June, which I think is going to be super exciting for us. It's going to be a very interesting month. So that's really what's kind of going on in the stars. And so the other thing I just wanted to talk about before we start talking too much about you is right now you guys see me here on Facebook on A1 Radio Network, but you also hear me on the radio, but then you can contact me on Facebook and Instagram. But I just wanted to let you know that over the month of June, I am actually changing my my business. So I'm rebranding my business. It's going to be a new name. It's going to be a new website. I'm going to have new pages and stuff. So if you follow me already, I'll keep you updated on that. If not, if you follow me here on the radio show, then I'll make sure that I keep you up to date on that, because there is going to be just a few changes in my business, which I'm super excited about. And I have actually got, have been in touch with a few people the last few weeks, a few of my clients who have been telling me that things have been going quite well with their business and relationships, and things are happening in their lives. So I hope that's what's happening for you guys too. So anyway, before we get to the June spread, let's get a few messages from our guides. So this deck I have is actually called Messages from Your Guides by James Van Praagh, which you guys probably know is a famous medium in the United States. And we'll just see what do they want us to focus on in the month of June. That's my question for them. So first one is beautiful. It's called, it says, "You are here for a reason." And always remember that. It is not by accident that you are on the earth right at the moment doing what you're doing. You may have to make some changes in your life. You may have to, release some things. You may have to make some changes in your career and your relationships and stuff like that. But that's why we're here, right? We're here to learn. And we're always here for a reason. So what the other message that's come through is focus on the positive. And that is a message that actually has come through quite a bit for me in the last few weeks, and when I've done readings for people, because I think it was so stagnant in the winter. I just don't think things were happening for a lot of people, and people were feeling stuck. I think there's a lot of relationship changes going on too over the last few months, and it's hard to stay positive with that. So right now, this is the focus: stay positive, because really, things are moving. Things are moving. Finally, out of that Taurus season, and things are moving. Abundance is your right. I love this one. This is my favorite one that pops out. Abundance is your right. You have, in all ways, you have absolutely the right to have, wonderful health, wonderful relationships, wonderful friends, wonderful career, live in a nice house, have a nice car. You absolutely deserve all of that. And I know the economy is really bad right now. You look at, no matter where you are in the world, things are really tough. But still try to stay positive and know that this is just a hurdle we're going through, and things are going to get better, and never lose faith in the fact that you do deserve to have that abundance. And the last one I pulled was feel joy in all you do. So if you feel joy in all you do, you're automatically staying positive, and that abundance will come in. Remember, the energy that we give off is the energy that we get back from the universe, right? So we always want to be as positive as we can, so that they will bring us positive things. And they always want the best for us. You have to trust and have faith that they're never out to get us. They're always out to help us. So let's look at some cards for the month of June. I think what I'll do is I'll pull the 4 weeks. There's 4 weeks in June. So let's see what's going to happen in the 4 weeks of June. You want us to know, Spirit? Let's find out. All right, pull some theme cards there, and then I'm just going to pull a few. Wow, interesting. few like other cards alongside so we can get some clarification. So what's beautiful is, okay, the first card I have for the first week of June would be Triumph, the number 7 card, which is all about success. And the picture on this card is like a man on a horse, like moving forward. And this would be the Chariot in the old tower. And this is exactly what this is. It's like moving forward, moving progress. We got success. We're on our way. And that's exactly what I've been feeling like the last few days. Is like exactly what June is going to be for us. Now, a little bit of a warning card with the second one. We have the Devil come up. This is like a card. If you could see this card, there's like the Devil's there. He's all like red. And then on the side, we have, he's like pushing away this white ball. And that ball is our ego thoughts. And that's what happens to us when we start going, sometimes we start going down the path of like success and we see things change and then we start doubting, are we supposed to have this? Am I really supposed to have that? Or, that's not gonna happen for me. That only happens for other people. Well, that's not true. Good things do happen for you. So push those negative thoughts away, stay positive. That's the stay positive card again. Because good things are coming. So the next card I have is another number 7, being all about success and spirituality. It talks, that number 7 is talk about the spirit world is with us. There is going to be choices and decisions. This is the choose wisely card. There's going to be choices, decisions, opportunities coming in the month of June. I think you're going to start seeing them, maybe 1 or 2 of them, the first week of June. When we look at the second week of June, I have Memories of Love, which is the number 6 card. And I did mention that, over the last few months, I've done readings for people, and we've definitely had some problems in relationships. Memories of Love card can be a little bit about that. It can be like we're having some difficulties in our relationship, but we want to stay together. We want to try to work it out. So, you have to go back and look at all the positive memories and the wonderful things that you have had that brought you together in the first place, and are you willing to continue with that? So the second card is Obstacles and Challenges. This is number 5, so it is all about change, and I feel it goes hand in hand with that Memories of Love, because basically it's just saying that, okay, we're having some problems in our relationship, we really kind of got to get back to the starting point. We got to get back to, like, why did we get together in the first place? Because the next card is the Lovers, which is another number 6, which is all about harmony and union and friendship and partnership and stuff like that. So if you're in a little bit of a rocky relationship now, I really feel by the second week of June, things are going to start working out. You may have to have some conversations about that, but I do think that things are going to start moving a little bit more positively there. For the third week, we have, again, another number 6. It's all about harmony and union and partnership and friends and prosperity and all this wonderful stuff. And this card is exactly that. We have the material and spiritual prosperity. So that's the spirit world bringing in the prosperity that you want, bringing in the material things you want. For some of us, for other of us, it could definitely be a spiritual awakening. And you're going to see more and more of that coming up within yourself, within your family members, within your friends, certainly over the next, 15, 18 months. But I think you're going to see a little kickstart of it in June. The next card is Patience, which would be Temperance in the old tarot, if I had the old tarot deck. And Temperance is all about balance between heaven and earth, right? You have a very extreme, very, very spiritual card. And the next one is Truth, or we call it Judgment. And on this card, there's a beautiful lady there. She's looking out into the universe because, if you remember the X-Files, it's like that, that's where the truth is, right? The truth is out there. But this card not only means like truth, and sometimes it has a little bit to do with legal stuff, but in this case, it actually is about a spiritual awakening. So look out week 3. You guys definitely have some spiritual awakenings coming. And remember, if you do have a spiritual awakening, or you're around somebody that does, and if it's their first time, because you have many, many spiritual awakenings in your life. I call them spiritual expansions at this point, for me, because I feel I'm well awakened. So, be kind to people like that. It is hard. It does bring up all those like crappy stuff that you have to release. Really have to spend time loving yourself. That's what the spirit world wants. So Just be patient around week 3. Week 4 is beautiful. We have the magician or the awareness in this deck, which is number 1, which is all about bringing in your manifestations, bringing in, like, what are your wishes, what are your desires. Number 1 is definitely on this card, is all about new opportunities, new things coming in. To go along with that, right next to it, we have the Triumph and Success card. Another number 1 beautiful card would be the Ace of Swords in the old tarot, just saying, hey, listen, we're bringing you in new stuff. We're bringing in these new opportunities, these new things that you've been asking for. And then we have the 5. There's the throat chakra in this deck, because I have throat chakras in this deck. So when I kind of see that next to manifestation, I'm thinking, okay, let the universe know. Say it out loud, write it down, whatever you have to do, but let the universe know what those wishes are, because they are wanting to bring them into us for the month of June. So this is wonderful. Thank you so much. It looks really, really great. I'm excited. I'm excited for the month of June for all of us. Definitely you're going to see some interesting things. Don't pay too much close attention to the news, because it can be a little bit overwhelming, but little bits you're going to hear in there. I think you're going to see some interesting things happening by the end of June. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. I will be back on next week, and I'll be feeling better, and I will definitely be taking in a caller. Okay? Thank you so much.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Divine Heart Channeling with Ivana Botic. Search Divine Heart Channeling on Facebook and all other social media. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Divine Heart Channel on A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
Hello, beautiful souls. I'm your host, Ivana, and want to say thank you again for having me. And before we start, I would like to say again, thank you for all of your questions. The Guardians wanted me to start the show with one general message for everyone that asked about their love lives and about soulmates and stuff like that. So the Guardians wanted you to know, guys, that they want to suggest to you that you can put some kind of list for yourself to see what do you want to have in your life. What is that make you excited? What is something that make your heart jump? To see how can you first love yourself completely, and then you can start looking around you. When you start shining your true self, your true light, your soulmate will come. It's there behind the corner already. You just need to open your eyes and open your heart first to love yourself and then to love others. With that being said, I would like to answer to the question for Arshia. I'm not sure am I pronouncing your name very well. I'm sorry for that, my dear. You wanted to know, will your project get approved and supported? And will you be called to live in another city in a month? The Guardians, the Guardians are showing me you can, let's say like this. I'm sorry, because Guardians sometimes giving me the sensations, not always a word or a picture. They want you to know that how much do you believe in your project? How much did you put yourself in that project? You are the one who is making your own reality. They are showing me like you doing bucket list, like check this. If you fulfilled everything that's on your side and you did it with your open heart, with a wish for something bigger, for better, for your life, to create your life the way you want, it will go your way, if that makes any sense. And about the living in another city in a month, because the guardians are not, they don't have a linear timeline like we do. They are multidimensional beings and everything happens in this moment as we speak. And when you give me your question, it's from this moment right now. They are seeing. It could be in a month, it could be in 2 months. But guardians want you to not be disappointed or to go hard on yourself. It doesn't happen in a month. It will happen, but at the moment when you are ready for it, you need to decide that you are ready. And what the guardians are suggesting is that you can do like journaling, put stuff that you are grateful for, see where you find yourself most like fulfilled. And that's when you, it's like, the word I'm looking for is, you will say when you're gonna move, if that makes any sense for you. And also the guardians like showing me there is a big work behind all of it. And they are very proud of you, and you should be very proud of yourself. So I hope that makes sense. I would like you to leave me a message or just to tell me how that resonates with you. Also, like I always said, if something resonates for you, it doesn't have to be your question. Whoever is listening, if that resonates, it's for you also. The next person I would like to give an answer to a question is Annette. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Your question is there any spirit that's coming through and what message do they have for you? The guardians of records, of Akash, they are showing me there was a big, I will not say struggle, but like a fight you fought, that you coming out of it like very victorious. They are showing me there is a like bunch of people, bunch of your loved ones, bunch of masters and teachers behind you. They are cheering for you, they are rooting for you, they are holding your back every step that you take. And they want you also to know that you can do exactly what you put your mind to it. Just don't be afraid, don't get in that fear-based state, because you will close yourself. And everything we do, when we do from heart, it's always different frequency. It's always pure and clear. That's why keep continuing to do what you do. You are doing it perfectly right. And there is nothing wrong, there is nothing bad. There is only love for you. And one more thing the guardians are like showing me is they want you to ask yourself, are you giving yourself enough self-care? Do you take care of yourself enough? Do you do stuff that you love to do? If not, you know what you need to do. Of course, there is always suggestion for the guardians. They will never say us, do that or do this. So I hope also that resonates. And I hope you will leave me some message or just to let me know how this resonates with you. And also, guys, I wanted to make this show a little bit different. I love to answering your questions, But also, I would like to guide you through this amazing time we are living in, through this amazing spiritual awakening that is happening every day for many, many people. I'm here to help you understand, to navigate, not only to be confused and scared and be like, I need someone else to fix my situations. I'm not going to say problem, as you can see, because everything is a situation. The way you look at the things, the way you see the world is unfolding for you. So first thing I would like you to share with you is to give you a little bit, how can you put yourself centered? How can you ground yourself in like so quick way that it's going to make wonders for you? First thing, also when your anxiety hits or stress, or you feel like you are lost and you losing breath, this is the perfect practice exercise you can do. First, what you can do is you can sit straight. You can put your legs down the feet. Don't cross anything, not your fingers, legs, nothing. Open your heart. Go to your heart space. Your heart space is right between your heart chakra and solar plexus, is where your ribs meet. You can put your awareness into your heart space. You can breathe in deeply, hold a little bit, and breathe out. And again, breathe in, hold a little bit, breathe out. You can do it for like 3-5 times, whenever you feel like it. You will feel the change. You will feel the way your heart is not racing. You will feel like your head is starting to be clear. Your mind is clear. It's not that foggy. It will help you. Also, what I want to say to you guys about the Akashic readings. I know this is a new subject here and that you are used to on the psychic mediums where they speak with our loved ones that are passed. Akashic records are a little bit different, as we said in the previous episode, but with the guardians of our records, we have masters behind us. Masters could be, let's say, if you believe in Jesus, Buddha, Shiva, those kind of figures are our masters. Our teachers also can be big names, also like deities, different deities, and we have the loved ones. That's our loved ones that choose to be by our side, that they don't want to go again in another human life, but they decide to be by our side and to give us guidance and unconditional love. When Akashic record is opened, they come through with suggestion. How can we make our life better? What can we do to make the life we desire? What are the steps that we can take for our, not only business or love, but also for our spiritual path? How can we make our reality the way we desire, the way we want? That's why I always say the guardians don't want to be like yes or no questions. They want a more open-ended question. So they can give you exactly the suggestions and they can give you guidelines in which you can go and make that life that you want. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope you are getting a little bit more familiar with the Akashic records and what can you accept. Again, I'm sorry about my English, what you expect with this show. And I want to say again, thank you for being here and thank you for having me. Oh, thank you, Dave, for saying that my English is perfect. You're awesome. And hope to see you at my next show. Be free to send me the messages. I would like to hear what you are thinking about and what do you want me to talk about also. And we can always answer some questions. Thank you so much. I know I said thank you too many times, but it's never too many times because I'm here to help you grow and to guide you, and be free to call me. Thank you so much for this.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for the Howie Elise Show with Howie Elise. Howie Elise. Live from HowieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. I'm, as always, delighted and excited to be here. Before we dive in, though, I do want to say thank you so much for my new sponsor. That's George Duback, the Ultimate Networker. Be sure to check him out here on Facebook after the show, not before, not during, but after. Once again, that's George Duback, the Ultimate Networker. He is my new sponsor. And really and truly, if you need to make connections for business, he's amazing. He also created the Love List, which we talked about last week on the show. If you missed it, definitely tune in, turn on, check out last week's show so that you could take a look for yourself. All that said, hi, it's Thursday night. It's so funny. This morning I got up and I'm doing all these things, and a friend asked me, what am I doing this evening? Am I in class? Am I going to my mom, my dad? What's going on? And I went, I think I have something to do tonight. The life makes me know what it is. Can you imagine? Meanwhile, I guess mid-afternoon I went, light bulb moment. Hello, it's Thursday. It's just one of those things where sometimes I am really connected and other times I'm kind of out there. But I'm not out there as in not totally knowing what's going on. It's more a senior moment, if you will, if I can say that. It's kind of a pause pushed. Now, on that note, pushing a pause. I have been dealing with so many people today and this past couple of weeks that are in trauma. Not drama, but actual trauma. There has been loss of life. There has been sick children. There has been accidents. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And I'm sitting here going, wow. And all these folks are looking for insight. And of course, I'm happy to help them in any way I can, as I am here for you as well. The thing, though, that I want to put out there is often we are not aware that we are creating the situations that wreak havoc in our world. Not specifically loss of life. I believe, this is my belief, that when it is our time, it is our time. Now, occasionally that looks like, oh, somebody is ill and they're going to leave us. And then all of a sudden they surprise us and get better. Okay, so when that person is not well and they look like they're leaving us, we make assumptions. What we don't know is what their soul wants. What we don't know is what their will actually is. We have to keep that in mind. I'm going to circle back to what I started with before, which is we create without even realizing. If you're stressed out, if you are distracted, if you have the woe is me's, even if it's legitimate that you have all those things going on, take a breath. Literally just go. Because when you stop, you actually break a cycle. You just break that cycle of energy for a moment. It gives you pause to be able to focus on something else, to be able to connect with something else. So please do yourself a favor. If things are chaotic, if it seems like things are out of control, truly take a pause. If maybe take 3 or 4 or even 5, but help yourself. Get distracted with something good. Think about the first time you laughed, or the first kiss, or the first chocolate ice cream you tried. But bring something into mind when you're taking that pause to allow you to take your mind off whatever it is that seems to be hampering the moment. You'll handle it better. Okay, all that said, I believe we have, I don't know if it's Ree or Ria from Australia. Welcome. Which is it?
Ria.
It is Ria. Believe it or not, that was my grandmother's middle name, and I was thinking about her earlier today. So I'll take that as a really good omen that you're calling in.
Oh, wow. That was my great-grandmother's name.
Wow, I guess we have some symbiosis here. So maybe our grandmothers got together and said, hey, tonight is the night.
Very probable.
Is there something particular you want me to focus on for you? Or did you want me to just share whatever it is that comes in?
Yeah, whatever it is that comes in, please.
Okay, and then you can ask questions too if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right. So, my goodness, I will say the first thing that pops up for me is you tend to be really hard on you. You have a bit more patience with others than yourself. Something to pay attention to, something to recognize that it's important to pat yourself on the back periodically and see that you're doing the best that you can in the moment. I just get that. It's funny, I was just talking about distraction and breathing. The overall feeling here is that's something that you could really make use of. Right now, there seems to be the essence of children around you. And when I say that, I don't mean as if you have 20 babies circling you. However, I just feel as if I'm going to use the word drain, a bit of a drain due to children, and just trying to isolate what that energy is. But it feels like giving out energy, doing, overthinking, trying to manage, trying to take care. It's tumultuous, like too much going on at one time. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All that said, again, I'm going to go back to what I said just a moment ago. Breathe. You don't have to do it for an hour, but at least stop periodically and do that. And in that moment, when you're exhaling, ask yourself, what's the best thing I can think of? Just for a moment, because it'll give you an opportunity to create some peace inside, which also gives you the opportunity to focus on what you need right now. The other thing here too is you have to know that you've done a good job. I don't think you realize that. And I don't mean it just for your family. I feel like with friends also, you have done a good job with their families. It seems as if you loan support a lot and have lent support a lot. It's time for you to take a vacation. It really is time for you to say, you know what? I'm going to go do just for me. And I'm not inferring that you shouldn't take anybody you love with you. I'm simply saying that I feel like you could use a little bit of time just to do silly, fun things for yourself. And if at all possible, make it at least 3 days. Maybe there's a girlfriend you haven't seen in forever that you'd like to go visit. Or there's a place that you love that you haven't seen in a long time. Or there is a different country, because I'm getting a push here, like you want to travel, that you'd like to check out. Create different scenarios for yourself to allow you to actually enjoy a vacation versus planning everything so strictly that you have to know all the details. And then when they don't turn out exactly right, going, I can't believe, like here too in my life, there's this stuff going on. What the heck? I think flexibility. Saying that, I feel like there's some things going on with the neck. I'm going to use the word sensitivity. Sensitivity for me is there's a predisposition for something, or there is something old that shows up to go, hi, I'm here to bother you. Or there's something borderline. For me, this feels like something older. And I feel like middle of neck. So I would say, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'd go to about 3, 4. So cervical 3, 4, all the way down to, all the way down to cervical, I think it's 7, if it goes that far, I believe, going into thoracic 1. So that all said, from what I'm sensing here, I'm going to say middle of the neck, vertebrae is going all the way down to the top vertebrae of the thoracic section. There's something brewing here. And I'm going to go back to the word flexibility for a moment. It feels as if your neck takes the brunt of your stress It's a couple of other places, your knees also. It feels as if knees sometimes, in my ear, my mind's ear, as funny as that sounds, I hear almost like a clicking. It feels like there's a hesitation or the need to engage, the need to perhaps unlock when you go to walk. So there's two, I'll say, stress points that I'm getting. That emotional stress is creating some discord within the physical body. And then the other area is lower digestive tract. That needs a little bit of attention. But I'm also getting a sense that's more connected to hydration, needing to have overall more hydration. Keep in mind, if you drink soda, it dehydrates you. If you drink Coke, it dehydrates you. If you drink tea, depending on the tea, it can dehydrate. So you can drink liquids and think, I'm doing great, and yet your cells aren't being fully hydrated. Try to get a bit more water in. Even if that means mixing water with other things, make it more water. And I know when my daughter was little, what I would do to get her to drink more water is I would take apple juice, and I started out like a lot, and then a little water, right? And then over the course of a week, I added a little more water, a little more water. So eventually it was more water than apple juice. It really helped. And I feel like you could kind of do the same thing to hydrate your system a bit more. Okay, relationships. You, and I'm saying this, and I genuinely mean this, you are a really good soul. You have a heart as big as the whole world. However, you like to kind of control things. And I think we all have moments of that. But in your head, you kind of get stuck in that they should be doing, or I should tell them, or why don't they see? That's an area that you might want to give yourself a little break on. And what I mean by that is perhaps start asking yourself the question, do I need to be thinking this now? It's really simple, but it's really effective. If you can get into the habit of asking yourself, do I need to be thinking this now? I feel like it'll loosen things up for you. Again, here I go with flexibility. There's also a part of you that holds on. And I get the sense that over time, you have looked at that a bit, where you said, yeah, I'm still thinking about that, geez. Or, yeah, I should just leave that alone. That's an area that you might want to go a little deeper with. And when I say that, you could do something such as doing a meditation and envisioning yourself as a little girl and connecting with that part of yourself, giving her a hug and letting her know that it's okay to just flow. It's okay to just be. Because if you will, taking control for you has more to do with security than it does with you having to be the head honcho. Again, there's this big heart here. You would do anything for anybody that you care about. And even strangers sometimes, even if they annoy you, but you see that they are in need, you'll reach out a hand. And I think that's so admirable. We need more people like you on the planet right now, truly. But this whole sense is as if the body is clenching in different areas, because you need to have, again, the words coming in, flexibility, more movement, more flow, more ease overall. Even think in terms of the way you're sleeping at night. Maybe sleep in a different position on the bed. I know that sounds really funny, but you've heard the expression, I'm sure, about like when you move, you see things from a different angle. And it's true, because you literally move, you see things from a different angle, a different space, right? Perhaps shift where you're sleeping in bed so that there too, in dream time, you can get a sense of a different perception, a different look on things. And it's not because your subconscious has to fix anything. It's more a matter of opening up. Hopefully this is resonating with you, because I just feel like you're having a harder time than you should be. And it's more with the little stuff. It's almost as if with the big stuff, you're determined you're going to do what you have to do, even if it's tough, even if you have to get through it, even if you have to just stick it out. And yet it seems as if little things, smaller things, are just throwing you off kilter. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is all easy, and it doesn't feel like it, but it's all easy to make a change. If you can just be open to checking in with yourself more, as I said before, shifting some things around. I would even go as far to say, move some furniture. Not that you have to physically move it, you can have somebody help you. But look at your space and ask yourself, okay, how would that look over there? Whatever that is. Maybe it's a chair, maybe it's a small table. Literally change the energy in your space. It will make a huge difference. That said, I'm hearing flowers, 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 flowers. You should be surrounded by flowers.
Mm-hmm.
You can have physical flowers in your space, images of flowers, a TV show with a screensaver with flowers, pink flowers. And I'll go as far as to say, if you're open to it, look up the language of flowers. It feels like that would be really helpful to you, especially right now. All right, my friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you have any questions?
Just one. What are the finances looking at? I'm waiting for something to come through, and it seems to be taking longer than expected.
Yeah. It feels like if they said 3 months, it's 8 months. It's been taking a while. I get the sense that we're almost in June, July, August. The overall impression here is by September, it should be here. And it could be sooner than that, but it feels like between now and September. All right?
Oh, okay.
All right, Rita, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Okay, we have Kathy on the line, and forgive me, I didn't catch where Kathy. Oh, from Orange, California. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I hear you nice and clear. That's nice. I like that. Sometimes I'm like strained to hear, so that's perfect. Did you have any specific questions or an area of focus you wanted to look at this evening?
I just want to see if any of my loved ones would come through and have anything to say to me. It's been a long time, and I miss a lot of them, and I was just thinking maybe someone missed me.
I will be very candid here. I am not a medium. I am clairvoyant and clairaudience and clairsentient. Sometimes I get a sense of a loved one. However, I don't interpret, if you will, the energy the same way as someone who does mediumship. I can tell you.
I'd asked her, she asked me what kind, and I told her, she said, just tell her when you get on the phone. So I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I just wanted to give you a heads up before I dive in, okay? But I will tell you, do get a sense of things, and the overall impression is right off the bat that there is an older woman that is around you often, and also a younger guy. Do you know who those two are?
They're not related, right? They wouldn't be related. The older woman, it could be. You have two people, it could be.
Okay. I get someone who was not vain, but I will say conscious of her appearance. Does that help isolate who it is?
Okay. Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay. So again, I kind of interpret energy a little different than a medium, but the overall sense of this is that there's just love, honestly. There's just sweetness, there's love. I will say that I get that when she was here, she was a force to be reckoned with at times. And not everybody agreed. Not everybody agreed with her. However, a good person, really. And again, I get genuine love for you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, go on.
It was,
my mother-in-law, and she was kind of tough, and I never knew if she really approved of me or not, you know. So,
please know, what I'm feeling. She definitely approved of you. It's not that she didn't. It was more just that was her way. That's how she interacted with people. She kept them on their toes. Right. Like I said, she was forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Once I you know, I knew her for 17 years. Once I got to know her, I realized that's how Miss Lillian was. But you know, I wasn't quite sure in the beginning. But yes, she was very beautiful, very well dressed, very astute lady.
The sense is, again, appearance was important, which I think is lovely. You know, in this world that we live in, people sometimes don't show up as sharp as they could. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, yeah, she taught me how to dress. I'm from Southern California, so when I moved to Ohio, where she was near Cincinnati, she showed me how to dress, how to tie a scarf, how to wear a coat. You know, she'd fix me up before we went out, straighten me up. Because I was from California, you know, I never wore socks.
Yeah, well, California, it stays like moderate temperature pretty much all the time, so it's not really needed.
Right. But if you could just picture her, you know, just like a very elegant brand, you know, like New Yorkish type, which she was, and then a California girl, you know. She was my senior, so she fixed me up. She helped me, taught me some goods.
Again, I'll reiterate, there is just love there for you. So any questions that you had about how she cared, just know that she did.
Okay, good.
The other person I get a younger man, and so I'm not getting young as in like a 13-year-old young man. I'm getting, I don't know, I want to say 20s. And I almost feel as if this is somebody connected to a young woman that you know, that there was some sort of, I would say, involvement there, but it was somebody that you knew also. But they don't feel like they're family. I'm uncertain if that is somebody that you recognize right now. Do you have a Julia?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Julia?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Is there a Julia, excuse me, in your world by any chance?
No.
Okay, because I feel like sounds funny, but there's a message for a Julia. Okay, I'm going to leave that part aside for just a moment and focus on this.
Yeah, all I could think would be her stepson, who I was married to, but he wasn't 20. He passed away at like early 60s.
60s. No, that's no. This is somebody who feels 30 would be max, but it feels like 20s. But it does feel like somebody that you knew. And what you might find is when you get off the air, maybe not even today, tomorrow, all of a sudden it clicks. Because I know sometimes that happens for me too. Like somebody will say something, and in the moment it's like, no, it doesn't sound familiar. And they're like, oh, it could.
High school, yeah.
It could even be perhaps somebody that you knew some time ago. And this young man was connected to them. But again, for some reason, the name Julia came up after I was saying that this is a young man, but it doesn't feel family, meaning I don't feel like this was a nephew. I don't feel like this was a cousin. It just feels to me as if this was somebody you knew through someone else. Wish I could get the name of. Not getting a name here. I'm going to just say, kind of keep it in the back of your head. I feel like something will show up for you and then it'll make sense. But the gist of it is when it does show up, give some thought to the other people in the circle. Because again, the name, I keep hearing the name Julia or something. Okay.
I'm trying to think there was a cheerleader that passed away, like right after high school. And I'm thinking her name was Julia. I'll have to look it up.
Okay. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, it could be some sort of connection there. And I just got a chill, which usually means confirmation. So, but I can tell you from friends who are mediums that oftentimes when somebody comes in, there's somebody else who comes in with their energy at the same time. It's almost like, wait, if you're going, I'm going too.
Yeah, you storm in the door.
Kind of like that, yes. And because I'm not specifically a medium, I don't,
Right.
I would say that I don't know how to put up boundaries. I will just simply say that I'm not accustomed to interacting with more than one soul at a
Okay,
time.
well, I never talked to clairvoyant or anybody else, so that's the only thing I know is I can remember what it was called, medium. So I apologize,
Oh no, don't worry about it, because again, I'm clairaudient, sentient, buoyant, whatever. It's just mediumship, and I think because when I was a kid, I heard a lot of voices. It was too much for me, and I kept saying, "No, I don't want this. I don't want this. I want this," and it ended up that I didn't have it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yes, that's my field of work. Yes, I understand it. So,
at least you know that your mother-in-law is definitely around periodically and sends love, and hopefully you'll be able to discover the connection here with the Julia person, and again, this other younger man passing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to share with you is be really mindful of your skin. Make sure you put on sunscreen. Make sure you're using moisturizer. I know it sounds kind of funny because if you live in California, you know these things. And yet I feel like there's a little bit of sensitivity there. Be mindful. And I will say as well, do regular checkups. If anything looks a little funny, go get it.
Yeah, I know exactly right. Because I have a mole and I was just talking to somebody about how we used to lay out in the sun, and now it's on my chin. And it's getting bigger, and I need to go to the doctor. I was just talking to my neighbor about that today.
Okay, because I've got to run here, but I want to say I'm specifically getting like the nose area, so just keep an eye out. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being there.
My pleasure. All right, as I mentioned earlier today, I have this lovely new sponsor. You've got the Ultimate Networker, George Duback. Do take a look on Facebook, check him out, make friends with him. He is an abundance of information, not just connecting and networking. This man comes across all sorts of wonderful things because he knows so many people. It's a great connection for you. I hope you've enjoyed this evening. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to reach out on Facebook or give me a holler, 561-755-2166. Or the website is available, HallieEllies.com. It's always nice that you're here.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watch watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapana. Mary Shapana. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great week, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I've been getting a lot of healing messages and everything for the collective today. So when you tune into your 3-card pull and see which one you gravitate to, please take what resonates with you and just leave what doesn't, or just keep it in mind. It can also be a future message for you, something to look out for in the future, okay? If you've chosen the first card pull, the first card was Shamanic Healer. And this is definitely people who need healing. So whether that has to do with a doctor, you gravitate towards a shaman or Reiki, like energy healing, a spiritual teacher that can guide you, or through prayer, all right, to get your answers. And I'm just getting to ask for the right person to come to you to give you the answers that you need, okay? Your problematic areas could have to do with physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, but, Spirit is saying you can't keep going on like this. You need to call back your power. All right, so whether you're just letting things go and you're worrying about a physical illness, or whether somebody's draining you of your energy, it doesn't matter what it is, you just need to tune into it. My guide said to give you some advice, and this is you can place your hand on your heart, and the first image that you get, that's the first thing you need to deal with, okay? Because your heart center won't lie to you. And this is something that you can keep doing in your life, keep working on yourself with this kind of stuff, okay? If you gravitated to the second card pull, it's emotional desert. This is if you're feeling isolated, uninspired, unproductive, not having any connection with others, not having energy or feeling any kind of motivation, that might be why you've pulled this card. However, if you have a look at the card here, there is a little oasis on the side. So while you might feel like you are sort of out in limbo or got no connection, this card is showing you that things are not lost. You can reconnect. You can make changes for yourself. Remember, we don't stay with the same people throughout our whole lives. There will be friends we had in school, we've moved on from, work colleagues that we were close to, and then we moved on from. This constantly evolves with us, okay? And the first card that I got to support that was Don't Dim to Fit In. So if you are trying to change yourself to fit in with a clique of people, you're not honoring yourself and your truth and following your life purpose. All right, so just reevaluate that for yourself. If people don't like you the way that you are, then they're not right for you. Okay, so just be yourself. Okay, the second card for that was Answer Your Call. This comes in, on a soul level. All right, so if you've been nervous, there's something you need to do and you're nervous about it. Just remember, Spirit is saying, just remember you never get more than you can deal with, no matter how hard it is, all right? You'll always get what you need, all right? If you gravitated to the third card pull, it's elements and align your life. Now, this was interesting to me. First of all, you need to ground yourself, and I got told, you know, go for a walk or sit in a park or outside in your backyard or front yard and just breathe in, connect with the energy of the breath. You know, if you've got a fireplace, you know, just visualize, just look at the fire and allow that healing energy of the fire to just clean your, excuse me, I'm choking, your energy field. And just drink lots of water and just take care of yourself in that way. All right. Now I have my caller. Excuse me, Sarah. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi. You have the same name as my guide.
Oh.
But she doesn't have a H on the end. How can I help you today, Sarah?
Oh, I'm just looking for whatever you see for me. Me and my husband are thinking of moving out east, so you could maybe say what you think about that, if that's a good idea.
You're thinking about moving with who?
Like to a different province.
Okay, all right. Is this with your partner?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, let me see what I get for you. Oh, the card's fallen out. I do feel, Sarah, that it is time for you to move. I do feel like you've had some trouble, like difficult times where you are, and it's time to move away and kind of really make a clean start of everything. Does that make sense for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I do feel like you will get everything that you want. I do feel like you're very big on the truth and being honest, and that you can speak your mind and give your opinion around everything that you want. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
Okay. New beginnings, yes, are great. I just see starting something new. It's like new everything, right? And I feel like this is something that you need with almost every area in your life. I feel like it's not just moving. It has to do with your relationship, leaving old things behind, re-energizing your relationship, finances. It has to do with everything. It's like spirit are slamming the doors behind you and they're like, enough of this, you need to move on. I feel like there's heartbreaks, betrayals behind you, things that you didn't really want to deal with, you were indecisive, or you just didn't want to look at them. But now Spirit is saying it's time to move forward, and even financially, it's better to move forward. It's like time to stop, like not being the poor person, but just getting into your power with your finances and not having that being stagnant anymore. Does that make sense for you?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm being told that you are the star, all right? And it's time now for you to step into your dreams, okay? Your partner, I feel like he's quite stable. He has, I feel like his energy, he has like a lot of authority around him. He's very opinionated about what he wants, maybe a bit too controlling. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
All right. I'm being nice to him. All right. I'm having a good day. I'm not going to be hard on the men today. I've decided. But you know, I do feel like he's quite dependable. But he knows what he wants. If he wants something, he wants it. All right, and it's kind of like to put his foot down for it. All right, but I feel with you, Sarah, you're also going through a spiritual transformation now. You're looking at life differently. You're looking at yourself differently, and there's even like new beginnings around that and letting go of the old Sarah and coming into the new Sarah, the way, you know, seeing life differently. And I can sort of see you taking off those rose-colored glasses, and it's like, well, now I have to see people the way they are. I have to see situations they are. And by doing that, you're growing within yourself. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm also seeing that there is a lot of success and achievements around your move. I do see the travel, and I do see that you will have greater fulfillment and more of a sense of belonging where you're going. All right. And you will feel whole. I feel like where you're at and where you've come from, a lot of people have tried to hold you down. A lot of people have been critical, judgmental, just for the sake of it, right? I feel like people haven't liked you just because. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
Right? But now it's time, you know, it's time to like be honest, detach from everything, and just know that everybody can't come with you. Everyone can't, like in life that is, and I mean to your new area, but everyone can't journey with us in life. We're always going to leave people behind. Okay, I do see that money concerns. I had some cards that flew out while I was shuffling, and all finances and that will come good. It's unexpected, like financial windfalls. All right, and this card fell out. You'll see it if you look back at the video, and it's like you and your partner moving on, and it's the end of any financial difficulties or not getting what you want, and a start of new things. Okay, so just keep going and move and enjoy your life. Doors are ready to open up for you. Just have a new mindset and just go for it. All right, it's out with the old, the end with the old. You're the star. Look forward to your dreams. Does that make
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Guide to Light with Martina Billig. Live from guidetolight.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Guide to Light on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
The Guide to Light show, and I am Martina Billig, your host for today. So, some things I've been going over with my students this week is omens. And until I get a caller come in, I thought we might talk about omens. So we might know the old black cat going across the pathway might be a sign of bad things to come, or picking up a penny, you'll have good luck, all those. But I think we can modernize the whole thing with omens. Omens really are an energetic signature of something that is going on. So when something new comes into your energetic field or your aura, you pick it up. And if we have set the intention to see an omen for the day, then we might just see something that is a little bit unusual. Now, a lot of people do say, well, what is an omen? And they might be waiting for something, really out there. But an omen, I have found in my experience, is something that's the behavior is a little bit different, or if there's something in a place where it wouldn't normally be. So, for example, you might be walking down the street and all of a sudden an animal from the zoo runs across the road. Well, that doesn't belong there. Maybe a dog or a cat does. Well, that's certainly, I would consider an omen because it's slightly unusual. And it's an unusual thing in all of our experiences. Because we all have different experiences, there'll be different omens for people. Me, for example, birds come to me as omens. So if I see birds that are unusual for my area, I will take that as an omen, and I do believe that they carry spirits and they have messages. For other people, an omen might be them kicking their toe 3 times that morning, so it could be certain things like that. The important thing is not to look too deep into whether the omen is positive or negative, but to take on that there is something that is outside of the realm of normal. And this is where we come in with omens. So by training yourself to look for omens or setting an intention to look for omens in your day, helps you become more energetically aware of things going on around you. And this heightens your psychic senses. Now, this is a wonderful tool to do to get your psychic senses working on default. And I believe we may have a caller coming through, so I'll just see who's coming through. Okay, we have Rachel from Texas. Rachel, hello, darling. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, Rachel. You got such a charming voice.
Thank you. It's that Texas accent.
Yeah, it's a beautiful accent. A beautiful accent. How can I be of service to you today?
Okay, so now, do you speak to the other side?
I certainly do. They never stop speaking.
Well, I have so many people up there, so do you feel anybody coming through?
Yeah. When I was tuning in before the show, I had a room full of people, but there's one lady that's pushed to the front.
Oh yeah, I got all of them.
Would you like me to bring her through for you, darling?
Yes. Who is it?
Okay, I'll just describe her. So this woman's probably about 5'5", 5'6". She's slim. She's got blonde hair, it's sort of slightly going grey, down to about here. She has a fringe coming off a little bit to the side, and she speaks straight down the line. There's no messing about, and there's no grey areas with this woman. She's very black and white. Would you understand this lady?
She has blonde hair, you said?
Yes, sandy blonde.
Not sure.
Okay, I'll bring through some more details for this lady, and we'll see if we can place her for you, okay? All right, I'll kick into you. I'm not sure if I've still got you, Rachel. I thought you might have cut out.
I'm here.
Are you there? Are you there? Good. All right, I'll bring through some more details from this lady. Just give me a second to tune in. Okay, so this lady used to cook a lot. There was something in particular that she used to make, and it was like square bread, and I believe she cooked for church. There was she would always provide food for church. This lady loved to cook, but there was particular things, and they're kind of bread things. They're squarish shape, about that size. That would have been something particular that she made. I'm also seeing that her house always smelt like food, and she was always cooking something. But people who would come around to her house, there would always be food for them to come. And I feel like people would come to either just come to eat, or if they came to her for advice or anything like that, they would always get fed. Would you understand this lady?
It kind of sounds like my sister, although Oh, she dyed her hair, so it could be gray, but she always dyed it.
All right, but she had sandy blonde hair going grey. Would you understand that?
Yes.
And would you understand the cooking of the food and the bready sort of food? Like they're like square bread things. I don't know what they are. They look like scones or something.
She loved to bake. She was always baking.
Okay. Now, was she straight down the line? Like it was always black and white. She would not sugarcoat anything.
I don't think so.
Okay, so this lady, I just got that she's very direct, and if somebody had a problem, she would tell you straight away what she thought about that problem or thought what the solution is without trying to make it, sugarcoat it. Like she doesn't soften things.
No, she had a mouth on her.
Yeah, that's the impression I've got from this lady. Okay, so I'm just going to connect a little bit deeper to her, and we'll see if we can get some messages, okay?
Okay.
All right, my darling. Just give me a minute. Would you understand there's a financial investment that is coming up for you where you have to outlay some money? I feel like there's a big decision to be made, like whether the money goes this way or the money goes that way, or if there's like a chunk of money that's being separated.
Did I already get the money?
There's an something's coming up to do with money where there's going to have to be a big decision made with what happens with the money coming up. Would you understand that?
Well, I don't know about that, but I hope there's some money coming.
Oh, okay. What I'm getting from Spirit is that there's going to be a big decision to be made with money coming up, okay? And it's going to be like a decision where you're going to have to decide where you're going to be putting money, okay? Like whether it's going to be making a big change in your life, darling. This is what I'm feeling from Spirit.
Oh, well, that's kind of scary. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's just a big decision that's going to be coming up around finances, on where you're going to be outlaying money for something. And I feel that this could be a step forward for you. I feel like there might be something coming in that's going to actually help you step forward, and that's why there's a big decision around it.
Oh, that gives me some hope.
All right, I'm just going to see what else she's got to say. There's this decision, though, I'm really feeling that there's going to be a bit of help from Spirit coming around with this. I feel like it's going to be a really big decision. This might be to do with a new line of work or a new income of some description coming in. But it's a big decision to make. So there'll be a lot of other moving parts around this decision that's going to make it hard for you to decide what you want to do. But she's indicating to me that there's someone that's very close to you, and I do believe it's a family member that's going to be helping you make this decision, and they may be involved with what this is all about, okay? And I feel like this person also that's around you and that's living, this person who's living, has already made some very good financial decisions in their life, and their advice would be really good for you to follow.
Very financial.
Okay, yeah, so the Spirit is indicating to me when this comes up, and I'm feeling like it's within the next sort of 6 weeks. The next 6 weeks to 8 weeks, this is coming up for you, sweetheart. So whatever you've been doing, or if there's something that you're putting out there, something's going to be coming in within the next 6 to 8 weeks. And to listen to that person who has got this financial intelligence would be very, very good for you. So I feel like they already sort of know how it will play out for you.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Thank you.
That's all right. I'll just see what else they've got to say because we've still got a bit of time. Now, there's actually another gentleman that stepped in who's got really dark, thick hair and thick facial hair. And he's kind of come right behind me and moved her to the side. And and this is something how he would stand. He would hold on the back of your chair and he would kind of lean forward like that, even if you were sitting in the chair, like a very forward gentleman. And he's very comfortable around people. He's a little bit big, like very loud. Would you understand this gentleman?
I've had so many that have passed.
Okay. He's got boots with heels on them because I can hear them clicking when he walks in. And he's like the life of the party, this guy.
It sounds like my Uncle David.
Okay, I've only got 2 minutes, so I'm just going to bring a message quickly through from him, darling, okay? Now, what's it to do with you dancing? Did you used to dance and then stop dancing?
He loved to dance. He danced with my mom a lot, but I have always wanted to learn to dance. I just can't ever dance.
He's saying you've got to get out and start dancing. But I have a feeling, did you dance when you were younger? When you were like younger, like a young girl?
Yeah, I was a cheerleader and stuff, and I've been looking into dance lessons online. So,
well, he's giving me a strong push for you to do it. He's saying you're going to meet the most amazing people, and he said it's going to bring joy to your heart.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
And he's forward and he's loud. He's forward and he's loud, and he's just really pushing that energy through me. He's a delight, this guy. Okay, so but he's really pushing for you to do some dance. He's saying even at home. My sweetheart, I'm going to have to let you go. I apologize for not getting any more messages through for you, but Rachel, it's been such a pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, darling. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on the Guide to Light show. And just remember to look at me up on Facebook, Martina Billick, Psychic Mentor. I have a free Facebook group that teaches intuition, has heaps of resources, teaches psychic development, and keeps you posted on everything that I'm doing. So just going back to omens, what I want you to do is I want you to set an intention today to look for an omen, okay? And I want you just to pay attention to what comes through. It doesn't matter what that omen is. It's just going to teach you to keep a little bit more psychically aware. It's going to keep your energy open to anything. And omens always feel magical. And when we have our hearts open to magic, magic happens. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for your time to shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker, live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is your time to shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, and thank you so much for being here this evening. I hope you are all well, and for those of you who are in the United States, I hope you all enjoyed a long Memorial weekend, giving our thanks to all of those who have served and are still serving our country. We thank you for your service. So for the rest of us, I hope that you all got a little bit of time with family, time to rest and reset. And again, thank those who have served us so very well. So I know that I had a fantastic weekend. I took a few extra days off and it felt fantastic. Was exactly what I needed to reconnect and rejuvenate. And so here we are, another Thursday. So there's just been a lot going on in the cosmos. We've had these solar flares. We've had going across the United States. We've had the northern lights in places that people don't normally see the northern lights, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. We've had the eclipse, and I can't remember there was something else at the beginning of the year that we had. So it's been kind of a wild and a crazy year. And sometimes you just need to slow down and take a break. And sometimes we need to call out for a little bit of help from our guides, our loved ones, creator, all that is, whoever it is that you seek for help and guidance when you're needing it. And it's interesting, as a human, we all want to, well, a lot of us, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of us want to be able to control the situations that we're in, right? We think that we can do it all on our own. And most of the time we can. But there are some times that we need a little extra help, a little extra guidance. And I actually I've been finding myself in that situation quite a bit over the last few weeks. And I wanted to share some amazing happenings and stories that will remind you that when you need to call out for help, because this is what we need sometimes, is just a little bit of guidance and a little bit of help ourselves. And so the other day I found myself in a work situation. Things were behind schedule and we were coming up with all sorts of problems. It didn't look like things were going to work out as planned or timing wise. And we were all scratching our heads trying to figure out, well, what can we do to get us on schedule again and get our client and our customer happy and in a good situation. And so I reached out and I said a little prayer. I called out to my dad and my divine counsel, and I said, I am needing some guidance on this. This is what I need. I need to have it happen and finish up by the end of the week so that other things can happen right behind it. And I said, please help me figure this out. And at that point, a lot of us would try to still work it. Of course, you still have to work with it. You still have to, be in the middle of it to show the universe that, hey, I am actively participating. But at some point, you have to be able to trust and let them take over the wheel, let them take the helm and say, I trust that you're going to go help me figure this out. And that is exactly what they did. By the next morning, our team had a solution. We were moving forward, and I am happy to say we finished a day ahead of time. So it was one of those situations where I was so busy. I was like, okay, well, we're working these things. We're waiting to hear back from different people. I've sent my angels and my guides and my divine team to help out. And I kind of let go of the wheel. I really did. And for me, as a perfectionist and someone who wants very orderly type of things to happen, I had to just relinquish that control. And it worked beautifully. It was amazing. And when you have things that way that show up in your life, even though, I try to do this and I work with this all the time, it still amazes me. The process is just amazing. When you really call for that prayer and you say, this is really what I need, the prayers come through. And it makes you realize once again that there is so much and there are so many things that are bigger than us, that somebody out there has such a bigger vision than what we could ever imagine as humans going through a human experience. And so if you can keep that in mind when you're going through situations that might be hard, or you're finding you're going through a rough time, right? Send out your prayers, ask for help from the guidance of your loved ones and the creator of all that is. You will be amazed at what will transpire. And when you do that, you actually vibrate at a higher level. You're able to flow with the universe because you feel like you have the backing. You feel like you have the support. And it's so much easier to live in this life when you feel like you have that support. So I encourage you to try this and to trust and to work it out. There's all kinds of signs too, that if it doesn't show up right away, like it did for me, they're working on it. And you have to look for the signs, whether that be in numbers, whether that be verses in songs, a feather, a penny, right? Whatever that looks like for you. My friend the other day, it was a hummingbird that showed up, right? So whatever that is, look for those signs. Look for the signs of confirmation that the universe is saying, I hear you and I am working for you to get this done, to help alleviate some of the pressure, some of the angst, and keep you in the flow of the universe. So try that out. Work with it. Work with your guides, your angels, creator, all that is, because it really is a magnificent partnership when you do that. All right. Perfect. We are going to go to the phone lines and take some callers. We've got Katie in White River Junction, Vermont. Good evening, Katie, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you here.
Oh, thanks.
What can I do for you this evening?
I was just curious, like, if I'm missing anything or, I feel like I'm missing something. Like,
okay,
there's a message that maybe I'm not getting.
Okay. Is there something in particular in your life that you feel like you're missing that point or missing that message?
Kind of all of it. Like, I'm in a lot of change and just a lot of change and endings and a lot of transition.
Okay. Katie, let me check in here really quickly, and then there'll just be a little moment of silence as I do that, and I'll be right back with you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Katie. So what they are bringing forth to me is they're bringing me. It's like you looking up at the sky, at the constellations, looking um, at what's possible in your life. It's like they're bringing in this constellation. They're showing me like the Big Dipper, and
I have it on my chest, like literally in moles on my chest, and at night as I sit down, it is above me.
Okay.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so hold on just a minute. Let me see where they're taking me with this. So one of the things that they said to me is that you're looking for confirmation, and you're finding that through the stars. You're finding that through. Are you working in astrology at all? I mean, obviously you have a constellation on your chest as a tattoo, but or as moles. But are you looking into astrology or anything like that?
Yes, literally today.
Okay. Is it? They're saying, I keep hearing you're going to find your answers in the constellations.
Okay.
You're on the right. You're on the right path, right? All of these things that they are doing, they're bringing up for you, is confirmation for you, right? So it's not that you're missing anything. You're right on target and right on path. It's just that there is a lot of, for you in your moment, there is a lot of shakeup and upheaval, and it has to happen in order for some of these other things to come your way and to come through for you. So they're saying be patient. Don't feel like because something isn't happening that you can see of, it's happening in the background. Okay.
And I do feel it. It's just so hard when I'm the only provider for other people. And that's where I struggle. It's like, I know I'm abundant. I feel it. I've seen it my whole life. It's just, it's like a very deep ingrained fear, I think, that is just hanging on.
Yeah, they're what they're showing me is almost like there was a past life for you where there were money issues. Either you had lots of it and it was taken away suddenly, and so it's left like these imprints or these scars. What I would say that need to be brought up and have some healing around that. So there are, I don't know why they're showing me like a shaman. If you know of a shaman, that there's some past life things that could help. There's also theta healing. There's theta healers out there that can help pull out some of those past life experiences and heal those for you so that you can move forward. But they say really it's that you need to keep moving forward, that all these things are going to clear out for you so that it will give you a clearer path in order for you to move forward, really.
Perfect. That's kind of what I was thinking. Awesome.
Yeah. There's huge, and I'm sure you know this, but you probably feel it in your soul, but there's some big things for you around astrology. They are encouraging you to look into that a little bit more if you haven't already.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a dive. Okay. Yeah, I will go deeper.
Yeah. So what they're also showing me is that once you dive a little bit deeper into the astrology, into your own chart, that you will see, you will kind of see these patterns, and you go, oh, okay, that's why I'm here, right? But then you could also see what's going to be coming towards you, and so it'll help you navigate a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
So they're also showing me that as you dive deeper into astrology, this is something that you can do on the side to start bringing in a little bit more income for yourself. And it will feed your soul.
Okay.
Okay. So if you haven't thought about something like that, you might sit with that idea and see how you feel about it.
Okay.
I'm also seeing that there could be a teaching component with astrology as well, right? So as you dive deeper into it, then you can teach other people about it, that you can help those who are looking, what they're saying, looking to the stars. You can help them understand it too, because you've got a passion for it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to draw people to you, is that passion and that vitality.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you had a question about that maybe we haven't touched on yet?
Maybe just, I'm also kind of thinking of a store, like healing centers type store. And I'm now thinking maybe that astrology can kind of be built into that, maybe.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that first part of it? It was kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I was also wanting to open a store, like a metaphysical store / like healing center.
Like a healing center. Okay.
Yeah.
They're saying that could be a very good possibility for you as well. But to start out slow, like I'm seeing you sell things online first, right? To get your feet wet, to test it out, to see if this is something that you really want to do. They're saying that if this is something that you want to do, all you have to do is put it in motion and it will happen. However, they're showing me that there's a little bit of conflict within you, that you're not 100% on board with this. You're not 100% sure this is what you want to do. So they say, if you're going to do this and be successful at it, you have to be 100% in. Your heart has to be right there with it. And so there needs to be some decisions made on your end.
Okay. That makes sense, because part of me wants it a lot, but then there is that part of me that doesn't want to be tied down to one spot.
Exactly. And it does involve a lot of dedication. And so that's what they're showing me is so if you were to look at something such as astrology, right? This is something that you can do out of your home. You can do online. You can even rent a little space, like a little one-room space, and invite people over and do, chart readings for them, right? And it will bring that metaphysical business in for you without having like the massive inventory and the expense of a store, right?
Yep, that's a good point.
Because they're saying right now, having something like that might be a little too overwhelming right now. And so you might want to take little chunks, little pieces with it, and go forward with that. But the biggest thing is you've got to make a decision in your heart, because if your heart's not in it, it's not going to work for you.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that's such a big help.
You are so welcome. Is there anything else I can help with tonight?
I think that is all I was thinking.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Have a wonderful evening and best of luck.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have Jessica in Colorado. Good evening, Jessica, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, thank you.
How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can I do for you?
I'm not really even sure. Yeah. A general reading if you can. I don't have a specific question.
Okay.
I have too many questions, I think.
You have too many questions. Okay, well, would you like to start with one of your would you like to start with one of your many questions?
My career. I've been tossing back and forth whether I should start over with something new.
Okay. All right. Let me take a look into this. There'll just be a little moment of silence as I do this, and then I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Jessica, so one of the things that I was getting is I was getting this interference, like I was hearing interference, and that you need to kind of hold on this for just a moment, and just kind of take pause. There's a lot going into this decision, and I'm being told it's not one to be taken lightly. So, are you looking at completely jumping into something different that you're not doing right now, like a completely different career or pathway?
I hadn't really decided. I tend to do that every, like 10 years. And I've just been, I feel like I'm stuck where I'm at in my career. And so I've just been considering it, and I don't know what I would do.
Okay. Okay. Have you been practicing any type of spiritual practices or metaphysical things? I feel like you're opening up and you're awakening to something new, and that is that's kind of where you're feeling like this push, and maybe this feeling of every few years you got to do something different. It's because you're needing to do something on your spiritual path more than maybe your career path. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that's a big piece of it right here. It may not be your career that is causing the angst, and I think that's why they're telling you to hold for a short bit here as you figure this out. what they're showing me is like this restlessness is because they're kind of tapping you on the shoulder going, are you ready yet? Are you ready to do this?
Right.
Yes. Hold
that
on
makes
just a
so
moment.
much sense. That makes so much sense.
You have a lot of psychic abilities and intuitiveness, and it's almost like you've let them in. It's like you've let spirit in and you're like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll dabble in this a little bit. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. No, maybe I don't want to do that. Unfortunately, when you turn the on button on, it doesn't go away. Okay. I'm just saying. They're going to be like, oh, hello. Who is this? She's listening. And so they are very anxious for you to kind of open up your abilities a little bit more. That doesn't mean that you have to share it with the entire world. But what it does mean is you need to look at it from a standpoint of, are you ready to start working with spirit and working with your divine counsel, even if it's for yourself, for your own decisions in your own life? And I think that's where this edginess is kind of coming along. Are you getting awakened a lot in the night?
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh. Yep. And that's why. Especially in in the late night when we are in that deep sleep, then they can come to us, right? They can show us visions. It can be visitations. And they can tell us all kinds of things. So if you get woken up in the middle of the night, think about what it was that you were doing. What were you dreaming about? What was going on? But they also, they want you to start opening up. So
that does make a lot of sense. I've had a lot of those kinds of experiences that I haven't always been comfortable with.
Yes.
So I tended to kind of push that away. And, now that you say that, like, I feel like my career is the one thing that I had control over.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Jessica, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show, but I highly recommend that you look into this a little bit more for yourself. And I want to thank you so much for calling in. I hope it's been helpful.
Bye.
Thank you. Well, that does it for me, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. If you would like to get in touch with me with a personal one-on-one reading, reach out to me at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Oh my goodness, it's time for me to go and say goodnight. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is astrology and psychic reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for this segment, Lady D. So I hope you've had an amazing week ahead. So this week with the astrology, we do have all different transits coming up here, including the new moon that is happening in Gemini at 10:37 p.m. on the 6th of June. That's my time in Sydney as well. But today, the 31st of May, we do have that conjunction still happening with Chiron and Mars. So that can be bringing up like sort of old wounds or frustration, or people sort of pushing your buttons here, and it's sort of causing you a bit of grief, frustration. So we had that conjunct yesterday and today. So as the week goes on, they will drift apart and that energy will be less and less, which will be a good thing. Also today we've got Mercury conjunct Uranus. That's unexpected communication. So you might be hearing some unexpected news, whether it be positive or negative. Could also be coming up, or could just be unexpected communication in general. I know for myself this morning, I had a scammer call me on a work phone, and I knew it was a scammer. And when I called them out saying you're a scammer, they said that they knew that they were, and so was I, apparently. So that was, again, a form of unexpected communication, so which I thought was actually quite funny. But we have all this week, we do have Venus squaring Saturn. This can be bringing up some problems with relationships, also with money as well. So also I feel like might be a bit of instability as well with that. People sort of feeling a bit, I feel like there's a case where people are having to eat humble pie with this transit that's going to be happening all this week. I do feel like it's also about misconnection of some sort too. It's coming up. We also have Venus conjunct the Sun. That's going to be from the 3rd of June, and that's going to be there for the rest of the week, including when we have this new moon. So that's going to be like a love and finances for your life. So maybe bring that to attention, or that's something that you're looking at this week. We also have a very positive conjunction here. We've got Mercury conjuncting with Jupiter, and that's happening on the 4th. And that is quite a very positive. That's positive communication. Also where your mind is, positive thoughts coming up, I feel like a lot better within yourself too. So that's quite a positive transit that's coming up on the 4th. So with this new moon that we have in Gemini, so at the same time, we will have Venus conjuncting the Sun as well as the Moon. We'll also have them all squaring Saturn at the same time as well. So emotionally, a bit problematic emotionally on this day. I feel like it's going to bring up some stuff that's maybe unstable around you as well. It could be bringing up things in terms of partnerships or networking, or things that you're trying to learn or get your head around. You know, it might be in frustration with that. It's not the best new moon that we've had. We've had the other new moon and full moon that we've had been much more positive than this one. But I feel like, though, it's all about staying in your power, controlling what you control and not what you can't. There could be this week a lot of drama that goes on here that I've also got down to, it could be a bumpy ride because you've got all these different transits coming up this week on all different days. It's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. But I also get there's a sense of angelic energy around us all this week, and a lot of it's to do like wishes, and I'm like making a lot of wishes coming up this week too. Also got don't want to hear bad news. It's like going to be a week where I feel like you just don't want to hear bad news. You just want to concentrate on the good, concentrate what's happening around you. I do feel like it's a time for change, time to mix things up coming up this week. There could be a sense of nervous energy that's also coming up this week, and wanting things to be like perfect and perfection. I also feel like it's a sense of being in a bit of a daze too some of the time this week as well. And I feel like it's about this week taking your time, not to rush, and just moving through it. There could be also a lot of pressure to do a lot of work that you've got. Also, I feel like this week it might be a week where you're feeling a little bit forgetful as well. So let's go to the caller. So we have Jenny, who's in Dallas, Texas. So hi, Jenny. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. So how can I help you today?
I'm sorry?
how can I help you today?
I'm fine today. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's good. So how can I help you? So what, do you have a question for me, or what? I understand you want a reading. But so do you want to? Do you want what do you need help with today?
Well, I'd like a reading. Could you, what you were just saying previously? It was like, oh my God, is he already doing my reading? So
yeah, sure.
Yes, I was just listening to you earlier, and I was just saying that, oh my God, it sounded like possibly my reading, but I guess it was just like for everyone, like what's coming up. So
that's my
I'd like to know.
Yeah, what would you like to know?
Can you tell me whether or not there would be any messages from my son?
Your son has passed over, or he's with you today? He's with you now. Okay, you there? So with your son, I feel like your son's passed over.
Yes, I'm on the phone still.
Okay, good. Okay, with your son, I feel like if I tell your son he's a very strong man, and he was also like athletic as well. Jenny, you there? So your son he's very like so he's energetic, so he plays sport, yes?
Yes, he was very energetic. He was just a ball of fire.
Okay. Look, I feel like your son is sending a lot of love to you. I also feel like there's a sense like there was a nervous energy with him when he was here. I feel like there's this confidence about him. So I feel like he did have a lot of confidence about him, but at the same time, there's nervous energy around him too. And I feel like he didn't want to complicate things, or he doesn't want to complicate things. I do have a sense of him still wishing that he was still here with you as well. It's like he got a lot of comfort from you. But at the same time, I feel like this boy had a bit of a temper, or I see him storming out. So I feel like when he got angry, he just needed time alone, or he would just sort of leave out, just walk out with him too.
Yeah, well,
and
he had a temper. Yes, yeah. He did.
Yeah. I feel like too, with him, he's saying everything's nice and steady as well. But also too, he's your biggest cheerleader. So I see him with him, he's like your biggest cheerleader. He's trying to cheer you on. He's trying to push you forward as well. But also I just feel like he wasn't ready to leave. I feel like he wasn't ready to leave. He's really trying to help you put things together. It's like everything needs to be put together. I feel like he has a lot of logic as well.
Yeah.
And he's also very understanding too. He wants you to know that he's saying it wasn't his fault. So how did your son pass? Because he's saying it's not his fault. How did he pass?
In a motorcycle accident.
Okay, because it's saying it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He was holding on he's holding on quite steady when he's on the bike. He's showing me he holds on quite steady too. He's quite understanding, your son. He's a very understanding boy as well, and he likes to. It's saying that also things were quite complicated as well for him. He's really sorry how things have happened as well. What's the message to your mum? He just wants you to keep going, keep going. Okay. He's saying that he does love you. He's saying that you just need to. I feel like he talks to you because like you just need to listen to him. So I feel like when you're in a quiet place and you just close your eyes and you ask for him to be there around you, he's there. And I just feel like he does tell you messages, or he does give you things. I also feel like he tries to make his presence known around the house as well. He's he doesn't. I don't feel like this boy likes things to be too complicated. He likes things to be nice, easy, and simple. He also feel like he was too harsh. Sometimes he just do things in a rush or too harsh. He should have taken his time a bit more too when he was doing things too. I feel like he really tried his best.
Very unforgiving.
And I feel like he really tried to do his best at school as well. I'm
sorry?
He really tried his best. He really tried his best at school. Like he tried his best to get things, to do things.
I know.
Yeah. And I feel like he wanted to further, I feel like with him, he wanted to go on further to do more things with his education. This boy had a lot of dreams. And I feel like that he was misunderstood other people as well. I feel like, so did he have a girlfriend as well as a female around him too? Did he have a girlfriend that he really liked? Like he was going to propose, like it was he, for him was going to propose to her or marry her?
Yes.
Okay. She doesn't forget him either. She doesn't forget me either. He loves you both, but you'll always be his number one, but he loves you both. And he's just saying that she's a sweetheart and he wishes that like he could be also with her now as well. I know that you won't forget your son, and I know that you're doing things in his remembrance too. And he's saying thank you for that, to keeping his memory and his presence alive as well. But he really wants the best for you. And also, he's got a brother as well. You've got another son too?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you have another son as well. He's mentioning a brother. So do you have another son too?
He had a son? No.
No, you got a son. He has a brother.
No, he was my only child.
Okay, he's mentioning a brother. So I don't know if it's like a friend that's a brother. But he's mentioning a male as well. Okay,
yeah.
He wants to acknowledge him too. I feel like they had like their own little special connection as well.
It was very,
thank you. Thank you for calling in today, Jenny. I hope I helped you today. And thank you.
Thank you. You have a nice evening. I appreciate it.
That's okay, no worries. So everybody, I hope you have a really good week coming up. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, same as my Facebook page, it'll fly. And my Instagram is Lady D Psychic. My TikTok is Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube channel is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. So bye for now.